Obey the timer, really.
Obey the timer.
Obey the timer.
Obey the timer.
Chat.
Is all Akko's fault.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone. How you guys doing tonight? Welcome back to Under the Tea. My name is Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi, Mom. I'm hungry.
Good, good. Really, your name is Hungry? What would you like for dinner?
I sir know.
I have these little burger sliders here. Would you like one?
I mean, you're gonna have to do overnight shipping.
Anyway, that's Lumi. That's Mizu.
Hi.
And we have a special guest this week to come and help us spill the amazing tea. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, yes, I'm Murray. I have been streaming since last January.
Okay.
Did video game streaming that didn't really catch on, but I started doing like interviews and VTuber news and all that, and I'm building up a little bit of an audience, so I'm going to stick with it. I do a weekly stream on Mondays going over the news. And then I try to do an interview on Friday. I try to get something scheduled, but that's easier said than done. So I do some sort of rant or something.
Okay.
Yeah, so I hope you can stop by my channel sometime and give it a look.
Awesome. Awesome. And what are you doing here today? What have we brought you on for?
Well, I have been watching the stream since the very first episode when you had Marina stop by and pay us a visit. And
Oh.
A very beautiful visit.
yeah.
She finally unfollowed me.
It's something I've been interested in a while, and also just even before I started doing this whole like news and gossip stuff, just kind of keeping an eye on like small agencies and like what's going on with them, you know, when they're coming and going, and there's too many to track all of them, but it's something of interest. And so when this VAllure news came up, you guys reached out and said, hey, would you like to come on and talk about it? And I said, heck yeah, I'd like to come on and talk about it. And so here I am to come on and talk about it.
Awesome. I think it's important to go through the style events because you messaged us about. What's funny is you are not the first person to message me about it. The first person to message me about this agency was actually my head Janny Temp, and he said, hey, look at this new thing, and I'm like look
Temp's
at you,
sweeping it up.
look at you, Temp, giving me some gossip. He's like, I don't know, I just thought you might like this, and I was like, all right, thank you, I will gladly take that. And then you messaged us about that. So how did this agency kind of end up on your radar? In fact, here, Temp, while you're talking about that, I'm gonna pull up some picture here.
How did it end up on my radar?
Yes, how did this end up on your radar?
I don't
Same way it ended up on everybody else's radar. It just popped up in the feed.
Yeah, it just kind of showed up.
I mean,
See
I can start the whole story on this all the way from the beginning if you're interested.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, 1 minute. Let me hydrate here. So, the person in charge of this, and this is not any sort of new docs or anything about that. She talks about it fairly consistently at this point. Is an ASM artist, and I hate that term, but that's what they call themselves, ASM artist.
Oh, bad.
And I'm not sure how her name is correctly pronounced, but it's spelled Exoe. And so I'll say Exoe.
Okay.
And she also goes by Dude That's Wholesome. That's the name of her most popular YouTube channel. It has over 215,000 subscribers.
Okay. There's a big fish here.
I'm sorry?
There's a big fish here.
Yeah. And we'll circle back to that. She also goes by Pwupster, Pwupster, and Dude That's Lewd. So there's Dude That's Wholesome for her wholesome content, and then Dude That's Lewd for her, more spicy content, and that is over on her Patreon profile.
Okay.
I suspect she makes a good deal of money from that Patreon profile because, she has enough money to bootstart an agency here and, get all the artwork and all that. She kind of came into the VTuber world. From what I understand, she did maybe 1 or 2 streams under a VTuber alias called Dude Crusade or something like that. Did I write? Yes, Dude Crusade. I did write that down. And that was before she joined the agency called AEN. That is EIEN. It's a Japanese word for eternity. You may have seen that around. They have the infinity symbol for their logo.
Mm-hmm.
And she was Rifu Evergreen, debuted with their first generation on the 25th of February.
That sounds like a weed analogy.
Okay, so she had like green theming, like kind of nature theming.
Rifu Evergreen.
What was
it's supposed to be leaf, right?
You sent me a lot of links here. Which one of these should I open to show off this VTuber account?
Which one, Rifu?
Whichever one we're talking about right now.
Yeah, we're talking about Rifu. I don't think I sent you one for Rifu, but if you just type it into YouTube, it should come something. Her old channel might come up, or some clips or something.
How do I spell that?
Riifu. Evergreen, and then it looks like her Twitter account is still up, but all the tweets are protected.
Oh yeah, there is a lot, and oh wow, here chat, if I just pull this up for you, Koreanji did a video on her as well. EIEN. Wow, that's interesting.
I mean, Kurt.
This is all. See,
Curry makes videos on everyone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can't believe Cringy made a video on them.
I mean, they got fired from their agency.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
And we're getting to that. Like she had a reputation of doing like even kind of lewd and spicy content as Rifu, like on the member streams and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And for working really hard for like doing multiple streams per day, or sometimes doing like 8-hour streams and that sort of thing. So she was a pretty hard worker, but apparently she was also kind of combative with management. In mid-April, they made her kind of take a weekend off and cool her heels, and they kind of spun it on her Twitter profile as, oh, she's working so hard, we're gonna make her take a rest. But really it was more like stop with the attitude and all that sort of thing.
Oh, is this the notice of changes to Rifu's scheduled streams?
Yes.
Okay, I'll pull that up here.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm going too fast. I did send you a
I
link
have
for
some
that
of
one.
those, yes. I pulled that up here. Okay.
Push to talk.
Here, let me share my screen with you for you guys.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
about
looking at the wrong screen.
scared anybody.
I'm looking at Mizu's. Yeah. I should look at yours. Here
There
we
you go.
Okay.
That should be my screen.
Right.
Okay.
So I mean, like, if you're mouthing like in terms of like agency suspensions, a weekend is like really short, right? So
It's very odd.
I think they were really working with her, to get her to kind of cool her heels a bit. She comes back, Monday. She's crying. She's stressed out, and she doesn't seem like the most stable person. And we'll come back to that.
Really?
It's not too bad.
So the 28th of April, and this will be probably the next link I sent you.
Okay.
AN tweets out basically, she has submitted her terminal leave, and we found out later that this came directly from her lawyer. And that's the first time that they admit that she had been kind of struggling with management and like sticking with her contract for a while at that point. And so they're probably glad to see her. Well, probably not glad. I'm sure it's really a pain when something like this happens, after only 3 months or something like that. And then, for an agency to have to throw away a talent's assets and all that sort of thing, all the investment they put into her.
I'll say it like this. As somebody who has helped hiring and firing people at previous jobs of mine, firing somebody after 3 months, regardless of the job, there's a lot of money that goes into training and getting a person ready to do their job. That's never fun. So I'm sure that even though she was a pain in the ass, it's just like, well, fuck, we gotta hire somebody else now.
I like how our chats have picked up what I'm putting down, and they have started to refer to her as Reefer Evergreen. I'm very happy I've started that meme.
Reefer
Thank you, chat.
Evergreen. Oh my god.
That's what I was getting at when I said that she sounded kind of weedy.
Yeah.
The way you said it made it sound like Reefer Evergreen.
From what I can remember when she was terminated, is that it sounded like they wanted to find someone else to get behind the Rifu Evergreen persona. So
Close.
as it's close.
She wanted somebody else to take on the persona.
I
Really?
see.
See, I think that's weird. I know I've heard of a couple other agencies doing this. I think it's super weird and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so she is like not somebody who is greatly familiar with the industry beforehand. I don't think she understood that that's not something we really like to do in this industry, right? That's not something that, like, she didn't know that the fans would revolt if AN did that, right?
It's like a voice. It's like when you replace Rick and Morty from Rick and Morty. Getting rid of their voice actor kind of makes it hard to continue the show because you don't like Rick anymore. People that don't watch season 7 know exactly what I'm talking about. But that's exactly what it is.
To be fair, season 7 was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, it's like the same when
Yes,
you
chat.
see,
I like Rick and Morty. Make fun of me.
it's like when you see VTubers who are like, hey, I don't want to VTube anymore. Who wants to buy my model and assets for $6,000?
It don't work
It's the
that
same
way.
thing. Yeah.
I haven't seen Rick and Morty, but I will say I was pretty mad when I played Metal Gear Solid 5 for the first time, and they changed Snake's voice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know that David Hayter isn't coming back for the new game either? He's kind of pissed about it.
Well, Kojima isn't coming back either, right? So
Well, yeah, fucking Konami fucking fucked him up the ass and said, no, nah, this is ours now.
As
yeah, I don't have
Horace,
much hope for that.
adding some more context.
She tried to show chat a picture of her thick ass, and people protested her doing it.
Yeah, I see. Here's the thing that I think a lot of people in the West don't understand. Most VTubers never show their body because it's more fun to look at the model than look at your potentially dumpy ass. And I'm not saying that this person is, okay? Just
Well, now I'm
saying.
offended.
Just saying.
I feel targeted.
Okay? I'm not talking about you though. You don't have a dumpy ass.
is there anybody in particular you are talking about?
No,
or-
I'm just like those are the first words that came to my head. But what I'm saying is, most.
Oh, no, I think I know you have someone in mind.
I
I
don't.
have a couple
don't-
people in
I
mind.
don't know.
My nemesis, specifically.
Does she have a dumpy ass?
I don't
To
know.
be
I
fair,
don't
she
look at her
mostly
shower
shows off her
pictures.
titties.
I mean, did you see her shower pictures?
No, I don't
video-
look. I don't look at her stuff because she blocked me.
Yeah, I do. I have them saved. They're in the folder.
No. Okay, back to the point. What I'm
I'll send them
saying
later.
is, most people don't recognize that idol culture. You don't really show off that kind of stuff. People really like the allure of the model more than they like the real body. And some people do like seeing the real person, but most people really don't give a shit. At least from
for
my scene.
VTubers, yes.
Yeah,
It depends.
yeah.
I think in the West, it's gotten a bit more common to have more of like a mixed media thing going on.
Which I don't understand, because like if you're gonna have a mix, you should really just drop the model. Because it kind of
a little mix and then keeping the model. I just don't like it when people like Pokimane who are strictly non-model just make a model that looks like them.
Oh
I think that's
yeah.
a problem.
No, I know, I agree. But yeah, so it sounds like she was trying to show a sexy picture, and there was some revolting for that, I guess.
Yeah, that's what
So-
chat said.
Yeah, on the I believe what's probably the next link that I sent you on June 4th, AN released another statement, another black text, kind of going over some of the reasonings, more in depth of why she
Whoa.
got fired. And yeah, it's
Chat,
pretty
this is
long.
3 images here.
So I think somewhere in there they do mention that she was sharing images that weren't cleared by management, and that might be what Aze was referring to. With the
Multiple
butt
breaches
picture.
of NDA and talent contract. Ooh, chat, you don't break that. Unless the NDA is like extremely bad, I would go to a lawyer about that, but you don't break these.
So here's the thing, right? Is anytime now I see a VTuber agency say broke NDA, I basically write that off as a worthless thing because that it can mean almost anything.
Yes, it can, yeah.
With how broad a lot of these VTuber contracts are, I think a lot of them would probably lose in court on NDA. Just because I feel like they're too broad.
Yeah, I agree about that.
Like,
That's why we
I
don't
need
have
something
one.
more than NDA.
That's why we really don't have one.
And it might also be that they're just so bad at like business, including like what a proper contract is. Some of these companies.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some bigger ones that have kind of crappy rules on NDA before.
Yeah. Speaking of NDA, did you hear that Illuminati tried to have like in perpetuity lifelong NDA contracts with her employees so that they wouldn't talk shit about her? And that's not legal. That's
Who
not
would even
legal.
sign a lifelong NDA?
Nobody. That's not legal. You can't do that. Like the reason why, chat, really quickly, the reason why an NDA exists is so you don't go spreading around company secrets. If an NDA is given to you, it's because they don't want you to take what you learn and go to a competitor and make more money. That's the only reason why it should be signed. The only reason why it works. There may be some other specific things. But for someone to say in perpetuity, no, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. And every state will laugh at you if you try and sue someone for that. Just saying.
Also, I understand, chat, that some people may have you sign NDAs for business. Just remember, NDAs solely exist to protect the business. They don't care about you.
Yes, it is.
I
It is
genuinely
against
think
you.
they're bad, and you should always try and haggle them down as low as possible.
Pretty much. Although, it depends on the job. Like, if you're inventing something for someone for your company, I'd just try to get more money instead of trying to
that's
haggle
much
out
more
of
of a
it.
corporate espionage thing.
Yeah.
I don't even think that qualifies under NDA because there's so much patents and stuff with it that the NDA part almost doesn't matter for that.
Yeah. That's besides the point.
Yeah.
Anyway. She broke a lot of things.
Aze said she also did her Lord of the Rings watch along with her fans when the management killed, which the management killed when she got suspended. She did that as EXOE, right? Not as Rifu, because I seem to remember around the time that she got suspended. Yeah, she wanted
During that Lord of the Rings
along.
watch along, she made it seem like the corpo fucked her over, and that's why she quit.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you would
Well,
think
from
if,
her perspective, yeah.
yeah, it's like it's like if the other talents thought that the contract was shit, or like they think that management was like, you know, doing something stupid, probably more than just Rifu would have left.
Well, I don't know, because sometimes
Some talents are
these
stupid.
companies have like really bad contracts and everyone stays because they're all idiots and they don't understand how bad it is.
Yeah, but they also
Like,
just
think about the
hired in
Illuminati
again
thing.
too as well.
Because, like, with the Illuminati thing, tons of people sign that contract that says in perpetuity they can't talk about anything.
I don't think they
Like,
know
they're
what
just dumb.
perpetuity means.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, a lot of people that sign these contracts, they're not, like, regular business people. They're dumb. They don't know what's in them. They don't really understand the
Here, I'll tell you what,
gravity
Lemmy.
of what they're signing most of the time.
Let me look up in perpetuity just for you. I know
Like,
vaguely what it means, but let me pull it up so I say it right.
Like, Melody signed a contract that she didn't read all the way through that basically said she didn't own her own model.
Yeah. Okay.
And that came up big a while back.
Okay, Google in perpetuity. Forever.
Why are you Googling this? We know what in perpetuity
Well, I just
means.
wanted
It
to
means
make sure I
forever.
said it correctly. It literally just means forever.
Yeah.
So on the subject of NDAs, she has been I guess this wouldn't count as an NDA actually, but she has been saying that as part of her contract she had a non-compete agreement, basically that she wouldn't be able to stream as a VTuber for something like 10 months or something like that.
So I know for a fact those don't hold up.
That's
Or-
bullshit. You can try and sue that one. That's bullshit.
Well, it's
So-
not necessarily like the non-compete aspect. Non-competes are a thing and they do exist in court.
They do.
The problem is, this has actually been upheld before, is when it relates to digital content like this, it's simply too broad because there's too much stuff that applies to digital content.
Mhm.
It's very difficult to make a narrowly tailored non-compete for digital content creation.
Okay, well, Vesper had one, right? When he quit. That's
Yeah.
why Randon just recently started streaming with a live 2D model. That might be speculation, but I think it makes sense that the reason why he didn't come right out and start doing live 2D again, either him or the other guy who quit, whose name is escaping me right now. Although he was just a flesh tuber to begin with, but at any rate, so there's probably something there that said like, yeah, for two months or whatever, you can't stream as a VTuber. But like, it's kind of moot because where I was going with that is that the management argues in this second statement, the one on the June 4th, that they didn't have that. And then one of the other talents also went on her stream and said she didn't have that in her contract. So there's something weird going on here where either the AN management and talents are lying about not having this non-compete in their contract, which I don't know why they would do that. She had a different contract from everyone else, which I don't know why they would do that. She's lying about her contract having this non-compete, which I don't know why she would do that. Or like her lawyer is reading this contract and seeing a non-compete there, or maybe something about like Scotland law or something is making him think that there's one. She's based in Scotland, by the way. Like,
Okay.
it's just really bizarre. Like,
Well, I would say
So we're not
one
dealing with
thing-
American law then.
I would say the only thing I'd push back on is you would say it was weird that she would have a different contract for everybody else. No, it'd be weird if everybody had the same contract. In a business like this, if you're giving every single person the exact same contract, you're an idiot and you're looking for problems. Everyone should have an individualized contract.
And it should be based on their talent. Like,
Yeah.
and like the only thing, like when Juniper was kind of formed, we kind of had we don't really right now because like we're not making any money yet. But I would assume that it's based off of your talent, your pull, and where we think you can go. So if she had something special tailored in, that kind of makes sense. But I don't know, stuff like this, I don't know. Why? Is it just because she's really popular? Do we know the sizes of the other creators that are around her? That were in that agency?
I could probably look. Hold on.
I know that she didn't have 200k subs as Rifu. I don't remember. I probably should have looked up what exactly her numbers were.
All right,
But
let's.
that's another thing. This was always a fallback. I like not a fallback, like a side gig or something for her because she had this other more lucrative channel to start with. So. And it kind of makes me wonder if maybe agencies shouldn't be hiring people that are massively popular before the agency, because like what's their motivation to give 100% to the agency, right?
I mean, to be honest, if agencies actually do that, VShojo wouldn't exist.
Well, VShojo is different because VShojo only signs pre-made talent.
Pre-made talent that's either been fired or has nowhere to go.
And they also don't have pre-made talent like change their identity. So they're actively using that pre-made talent to grow their own business.
Yeah. It really just depends. Like there is also the situation where, you know, you could have a talent that is big and they want to invest in something. So maybe she joined this because she wanted to invest in VTubing and she saw this as a lucrative thing that she could grow off of. Who knows? I don't know. But somebody in chat pointed out that maybe they all had the same contracts because they were smaller companies. I'm gonna be honest with you. I could see that, but I still think that's really dumb. Because again, a smart business person would approach every single individual differently and have different contracts based off of how talented they were or what their skills were. And if she is the most popular one there, I could see her having one that's tailored more in her favor. Maybe, but I don't know.
Somebody in chat said they think Ian is too small to have individualized contracts. But then if that's the case, they might as well have just been too dumb to know that they included a non-compete.
All right, so I was looking at the talent numbers. Rifu, at the time when she was active, she ended off at 12.5k subscribers on YouTube.
Not bad.
And her other gen mates have currently 18.9k, 34.4k, and 18.3.
So one of them is just way more popular than the others.
Yeah, what is she, Orca or something? Whoever the Orca is in that group.
All the fish people get
Killa.
big.
Retirement home has become VShojo's identity.
Oh my gosh. People get
I
so
don't know,
mad when you
Ginia
say
bailed.
that. People get so mad when you say that. Oh my gosh.
What, that VShojo just picks up other agencies' sloppy
Yes.
seconds?
Like they were like, oh, but what about Henya? And I'm like, yeah, Henya's cool, but like she's still transferred to another company.
No, No, okay. The other talents are the sloppy seconds. Henya is just the one that was actually kept in the fridge, so she's still fresh.
I like that Rushia bailed recently.
Anyway, so she's fired from this company.
All right, yeah, let's start bringing it around to the actual agency we're trying to talk about. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
June 23rd, she starts tweeting about this new product she has. She's been working on that's putting her, ASMR content, on the back burner, and that's where we first, I think at least this is where we first get the idea that she's trying to start this up.
Back in June.
Yeah, 6 talents.
In that second tweet, is she trying to call people retarded?
The Rarded Men LMAO got the company name, got 6 sketches of girls, got a studio willing to work with design. What? Rarded? Is that just a weird way of saying retarded? Ma'am,
Yes.
listen, Elon Musk owns Twitter now. You can say whatever you want as long as you're not saying you want to hurt somebody. I'm pretty sure you can say retarded on Twitter now. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Chat, should we just use this from now on so when we get
Rarded.
Rarded. The chat, I'm rarded tonight.
Oh, I forgot to turn on my.
So they have lewd designs, but I thought you said they're gonna be streaming only on YouTube. Like, how lewd? Because I've only ever seen the the silhouettes.
Yeah, all we have currently is the silhouettes.
Yeah.
So we don't know exactly. I mean, like, lewd designs and lewd content are kind of 2 different things. Like, I think we can see that by looking at the screen right now. So I'm assuming the designs aren't going to be really anything mind-blowingly lewd. But the actual content is where it's going to get sketchy, right?
Oh.
Yeah, but it's like what's interesting is that lately YouTube has been cracking down on certain ASMR content, especially the ear licking one, and the other similarly could be perceived as sexual.
Good, it's weird. Stop doing it.
They have been banning accounts and taking down videos.
I assume. Okay, so she I think we were kind of touching on this before the stream, but she has been doing this for a while. So I
Yeah.
assume that she has some experience on where the line is on terms of what can go on YouTube and what needs to be on another platform. So I assume she's going to be training her subjects, whatever the term is, on where that line is, and they'll be following along with that. I mean, I say that, but at the same time, like, Ayan had the problem with what I guess they didn't. No, I take that back, because they didn't really bust her on her content.
Look, she was streaming Lord of the Rings just to her followers. I'm not gonna go with she's particularly intelligent about knowing what she can and can't stream.
Well, I mean, I think that was just on Discord or
I
something.
mean,
That wasn't
Still
on the
a
stream.
crime.
I mean, okay,
I'm not
listen.
saying I don't do it. I mean, I don't do it legally. But I'm just saying.
I don't know if that's really an indicator for whether somebody's smart or not, because I know some people that are smart, they just know they can get away with it on Twitch and shit. I don't know, but I do know what you mean.
So I decided to go to the VAllure website, and it's cool that they have the team listed out, but there's no links to any of their shit.
Let me pull that up, because their website is crazy.
You mean like the staff profile area? Yeah.
Just make sure you check the website before you pull it up, and there's nothing
fine.
like.
It's fine.
There's nothing there.
Okay.
It's been pre-checked.
Okay.
That's it, chat. Actually, they have some other things. They have auditions. Oh, should we go through their auditions, chat? Oh.
I think the
Application requirements female.
Skipping ahead a bit. The site came live on the 1st. And they also did like your YouTube preview thing, which is just, standard VTuber silhouettes and we are recruiting and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
They got not recruiting, taking applications. I think it was on
March 1st to the 31st.
Right. One of them is already casted.
One of them?
Yeah. If
Wait, casted? They don't have the girls yet? Do they just have the designs?
They have one. Yeah, if you go down to the very
I
bottom...
assumed all 6 of these were just Gen 1 and they already had the girls.
No, they are pre-designed models that you're going to be slotted into.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is
I
this
wouldn't
a
have
Wix
revealed them this
website?
early if I didn't even have the girls.
If you go to the auditions page, and you go down to the bottom, if I recall correctly, it'll have like the names, quote unquote, of the actual models.
Oh, a pre-selected talent. I see.
Oh
Yeah,
my
here we
gosh, they
go.
already have names and wow.
These probably aren't their official names, but you know,
Milks. What the
Milks,
fuck?
yes. Apparently, there's like two of these are
Ropes?
gonna be mommy characters, and two of these are going to be lolis. So I'm guessing Milks is a mommy character, but who knows? But yeah,
Why is your code name Stabs?
It hurts,
They're
but hurts so
probably gonna be a
good.
yandere.
Oh, she's definitely a masochist.
So this is something I'm gonna say, right? And I think this goes
Wow.
along with chat talking earlier, where
Mhm.
they said she isn't particularly up to date on like VTuber stuff and like how the community handles things. I think this entire site right now is a bad idea. I think to a degree it is
Somebody needs
good
to
to
archive
show
this.
that you have like models ready to go, like you aren't just like BSing into the wind and you don't have anything. But on the other hand, people like to think that their VTuber is the VTuber. So like having them all already ready and then saying actually we don't have any people to play any of these characters yet, I think it kind of kills some of that magic.
It does because like okay, I agree with like basically what you're saying is like it ruins the magic a little bit to say here's the
You know
here's
that
the
all
puppet.
these are characters. Like,
Exactly.
they're very specifically saying all of these are characters and we don't even have the people to play them yet.
Yeah, and it's just like
And it
well,
just feels weird.
yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Because and I know exactly how this feels. Because like yeah, of course, they're all models and characters and stuff, and we're all voicing them and stuff. But like, if you want them to have it cool, don't like blatantly put it in somebody's face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not trying
And I
to
think,
kill
like,
the
it's telling-
illusion.
I'm not saying I am the like average VTuber watcher, but I like to think I'm like pretty at least in tune a little bit with the community.
Mm.
I think it's a little bit telling that my first thought when I saw these characters was they have 6 girls lined up already.
That's so
Okay,
weird.
So
And in reality they don't have
this
any.
this is interesting. So they have a month-long window for people to audition. They want these talents to debut on June 1st. And the fact that they want to have each talent have a cover song ready.
A cover song?
Yeah,
Not
With like
okay.
an ASMR people
create a
make
song
lots of
cover for
noises.
debut. So
Does everybody that debut do that? I feel like I'm a little behind.
a lot of agencies are having talents do cover songs for debut. I have noticed this with a lot of agencies.
This is a horrid
Honestly.
idea.
Well, Mizu, that means
think
for our official agency debut, start singing.
Look, so here's the thing,
Easy
right? I
can
can
rap
see
for
where
us.
this is coming from. This is specifically coming from HoloLive EN. What they don't understand is every girl in Gen 1 of HoloLive EN was specifically hired because they had multimedia experience. Particularly Callie, who has
Mhm.
the
is-
musical ability.
Yeah, she was the
And
singer.
you can even see it in HoloLive's recent collabs, is that they have actually been using Callie's connections in the Japanese musical industry to get the other girls to make songs.
Oh yeah.
However, I will guarantee you almost no girl in HoloLive had any level of musical talent.
No.
There may be 1 or 2 of them that could probably sing pretty well, but almost none of them had any musical talent. Is specifically those connections that help them build one.
Exactly.
The
Like
average person is not going to have that.
well, yeah. I mean, like I'm looking at the original 6 or the original ones. Callie was the only singer, as far as I could tell.
No,
one of
there's
them
no-
was an artist. Yeah, a great artist. And the-
You could argue Gura was a singer, but all she really did was extremely
She's a
drunk and high karaoke,
She's a shit
which was
star.
funny. Which was funny. But
Kiara is a singer. Like she.
No, she's a
her
model.
level was an idol.
Was she?
no, she was a model. Not a idol. She was an actual just runway model. She was sexy runway shit.
Well, she knows how to. She knows.
okay?
She knows how to pose.
Yeah, she's like Austrian or something. She wasn't like an idol.
You know what?
She
Austrians
went
do
to
make good
Japan to
models.
try to do an idol career, and she kept failing out of it. Am I mixing her up with somebody else?
Kiara is a model idol dancer. Okay.
I've
Zura is
never heard
also a
anyone say
singer.
she was an idol. I know she was a model.
Okay.
Right.
This is from
so,
I'm
Az.
saying she tried to get into the idol industry.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So
Crazy.
I am
How do we
I
check
raised
over
it
there?
in one
through
chat.
the audition page and stuff and just reading everything on here. It's like, okay, so I'm just reading the why apply to us. Receive a spectacular live 2D model and assets to stream with. 80-20 split across all revenue incomes towards the talent.
This is the highest of any agency. It's like when Kickstarter, it's just like, here, we'll just give you 90-10. It's just like, where's your money coming from?
Wouldn't technically VShojo be the highest of any agency because they only take merch? At least I think they only take merch.
I don't know.
That's a good question. I don't know that off the top of my head.
See, all merchandise profits goes towards the talent. So they already have a pre-established Uwu market partnership.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but awesome.
The exciting opportunity to voice act in a lewd video game.
Dude,
Create a cover song for a debut.
I'd so love to do that.
Option for talent managers to help you with your content, equipment purchased on your behalf. A sign-on bonus if you become a selected talent. A team of experienced content creators behind the scenes, along with clippers, editors, and artists. Countless more opportunities.
Okay.
Note, VAllure is looking for a minimum of 3 streams a week and 4 lewd audios produced per month.
That's not that
Yeah.
hard.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard for me because I'm lazy, but
Okay.
So
Can
I
I?
want to get to the 80-20 split really quick because something that she mentioned on one of her streams about that split is that she actually intends to make it better year after year. So like it'll be 80-20 for the first year, and then maybe for the second year it's 85-15, and then 90-10. I don't know about the starting numbers, but I think that idea of it making the split better and better year after year is a really good idea, just to help incentivize people from just, you know, staying for 1 year to build an audience and then taking off for the indies or something like that. If you
Right.
keep sweetening the deal year after year for your talents, I think that'll help them, you know, stick around for a while.
It does.
see, I sort of get that, but at the same time, like a huge thing with being in an agency is the agency pays for all your stuff. They pay for new models, they pay for new assets, they pay for collabs, they pay for new merch. That's one of the huge benefits of being in like one of these established groups like this. So the question then becomes, if you're giving your talent a better split, which I'm not saying is necessarily a bad thing, how are you affording better and better assets and equipment for the talent?
That's what I want to know.
Because the talent sticks around and their audience grows and they're making you more money.
But
Like,
how?
The most expensive, because they're growing
But
their
you're
audience.
also, yeah, but year over year, you're also lowering the amount of money you're getting from them.
Okay, so,
So
like,
unless you're expecting them to like extremely blow up like HoloLive, you're severely reducing the amount of money you can have. And I'd also like to point out that like with HoloLive over the years, their collabs and the stuff they have their talent do has gotten substantially bigger and bigger. And if they had a system like this, I genuinely don't think that would have happened.
I will give a great example. Again, we'll go to Kick, because Kick is the biggest thing I can think of. Off the top of my head, there was another thing, but I can't formulate names right now. So, where's all this money coming from? Because, like, again, models are not cheap. Song making and editing is not cheap, especially if you want the good shit, you know? Like, where the hell is this money coming from? Because an 80-20 split and merchandise, okay, merchandise profits is where a good chunk of money can come from. If you're giving that all to your talent, where's your take home? 20% of a $10 super chat is not a lot of money. And I'm not saying that they're not going to get paid a lot. But, man, you really, like, and, sorry, you also
the
have
concern
to...
is, how are you making it through your first year?
Exactly, and the
A lot
other
of businesses
thing...
fail first year.
Oh, yes, exactly. That, and this is a lewd thing. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, get yours if you want it. But this is a very volatile market, which is exactly why I never want to go into it. Because the moment that you step into it, you are hoping and praying every single day that PayPal doesn't take away your access to your account. Because once they do, you're fucked. So where is this money coming from, and where is it going, and how are they going to get it to keep it?
So I agree with you that 80-20 is a crazy point to start with. Maybe they start from 50-50 and then work their way up to 70-30 or something like that. I think would make more sense. But to answer your question, where's the money coming from? My guess is that her Patreon is very, very lucrative.
I actually have her
Jesus
Patreon pulled up.
Christ.
She's bootstrapping all of this.
This is her
Chat
Patreon.
says she's invested about 50,000 so far.
That's not enough. I'm sorry. That's a good
That's,
chunk of money, but that's not a lot.
I think that'll get you pretty far.
For this? No, I don't think so. I don't really think so.
Depending on the quality of models, about half of that might have just been the models alone.
I agree.
Yeah.
Possibly more if they went really, really high dollar models.
Especially
Yeah,
like if they have a
'cause-
couple variants, naked versions, you know, all that
Yeah.
crap.
I've seen
It's
some
like-
of the big guys that do like HoloLive stuff charging like 10, 15,000.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm,
It's like I know
I'm lowballing.
Kevin starts at 2,000, and that's just to get your model rigged.
That's just
No
for...
extras or anything.
Jeez.
Remind me who Kevin is? Is he the guy that does like all those weird assets?
Yes.
He does all the sus assets.
He does the
Yeah.
funny
Right,
stuff.
okay.
He did the cute and funny buzzer.
Yes.
Azahara, have you just been watching like all her streams? Like,
Yeah, I think he has been all of the ones she's done about this agency. Yeah.
As
So
is,
she-
is also a good researcher.
Azahara has been posting a lot on the fucking virtual asylum.
Mm.
Yeah.
Shout out to Virtual
Um,
Asylum.
Yeah. Yeah. The person who did the thread there, by the way, Korai. Shout out to him for helping me. You know, like get all some of these notes that I've taken and all that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
One very interesting thing I want to talk about that we found out very recently.
don't scroll down any further.
Oh,
I
don't
don't
worry.
know
There's no
what post-
post. You can't scroll down.
Okay, I don't know a poster public. I'm just saying.
No, it won't show because I'm
I
not
saw
signed
you
in.
Scroll, and I was like, that's risky.
No, I'm not signed in. It won't show me. I wanted to see if it would show me how many members she has. It won't. It won't.
Yeah,
it just tells you
doesn't,
how much money
unfortunately.
she charges. Wow, that's a lot of money. $69 a month,
I will give her that. That's probably a meme.
probably. I mean, it's
people pay for it, but
$69.
it's a meme tier. As a lewd creator, I'm actually kind of fine with that. I think
Oh
it's
yeah,
funny.
no, I agree.
Right.
I'd probably do $6.9, but nah, it's totally good. Yeah, it even says it's a meme tier.
So around the time we were talking about Accio Air earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One of the people who was going to debut as part of Accio Air's second generation, who dropped out when shit hit the fan,
Mm-hmm.
was Megumi Kirigiri. And she told us recently that when Accio Air went down, all of the talents, or at least all of the Gen 2 talents, I'm not sure about the Gen 1, actually got reached out to by Exoe about joining VAllure. So she has been
Really?
trying to recruit people like for a while now. And I bet that's not the only agencies, failed agency people that she's been reaching out to.
So she's been
I bet,
sniping
like,
people.
Yeah. So that might be how that
I
first
wonder
person got
why.
casted. Now you might remember that Accio Air, the main reason for their collapse is that they hired a minor
Yes.
for their generation 2 and then started being really weird about it.
Yes,
They
they
quadrupled
did.
down on hiring the minor.
Yes.
Yeah.
We talked about them on stream.
You never do that, chat. Never create a group and then hire a minor.
It
Ever.
wasn't even just
Like-
I hired the minor. It was they kept like doubling down every time somebody brought up a new issue with it. And they're like, no, trust us guys. The minor is extremely important to the agency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
We-
I don't
we
think she
couldn't
tried to
cast
hire the
anybody
minor. She
else.
tried to hire one of the other
You mean like weapon-wise?
bounced out talents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So two
Trust
of
me,
these
chat,
people-
nobody hired the minor
No.
after that.
No, the
Like
minor
everybody
went
knew
back
who
into
they
silence.
were. People were trying to avoid them.
She that was her third agency though. She had 2 other agencies before that.
Yeah, but there
Yep.
was a lot of abuse, wasn't there?
Probably. 2 people responded to her. Apparently, 2 of the people from that second generation responded and did ASMR content with her on her wholesome channel. So not lewd ASMR, for whatever that means, you know. And one of them was the minor, Wawa. EP Wawa was her indie name. So and she also posted on her Patreon. So on her Patreon, right next to lewd content, is a video with a minor, which I kind of have a problem with personally. I think a whole bunch of other people have a problem with personally. That doesn't seem like a sound decision.
Yeah.
And if this minor ends up in this agency, like we're gonna be flipping tables, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, probably
is
it's just gonna
very
rehash the whole
interesting.
issue again.
I don't know. Is she really that dumb?
Probably.
I don't think so.
Oh man.
But
I would like to think nobody is, because that blew up.
You would think. You would
That-
think.
That left the VTuber sphere. That was like such
Yeah.
a huge fuck up.
Oh yeah. Really
I was
quickly.
saying she did 2 ASMRs, so
I thought they had a full team already. No, they don't.
Here, I want to show
They don't
this.
have the talent.
They have a team of people that work for them, I guess. This person,
Yeah, DTL
investor
is her.
advisor. Is this so? This is her.
Yeah.
I wondered.
Yeah, dude, that's lewd. DTO.
You know what? I would say that the smartest thing that she's done is not link these people's social medias. That is the smartest thing she could have done.
See, I would
I
have been
mean, but
curious
people-
about the top 2, Bites and
Yeah.
Ghoul, because did they make the models?
That's a good question.
Like, the main thing is that I wish she would have put their stuff is to make sure that these people actually exist and she's not just putting down people to show, hey, look it, we definitely have a team going on. Thumbs up.
Audio
there was
editor,
an
audio editor, artist. Oh my god.
When this site first debuted, there was one other person on this list, and the page has been archived with that one other person in there, and that one other person also apparently made a community, like YouTube community post, or maybe it was a tweet, I can't recall, saying, "Hey, yeah, I'm going to be a part of this thing," and now their name has been removed. So apparently, at least
Really?
one other person that was associated with this site was a real person.
Do you have that on you? I want to show it.
Let me.
Did they
find it.
explain why they're not on it anymore?
No.
No, that seems like
They're
something
just
they
gone
wouldn't talk
now,
about.
Nobody said anything.
Yeah, it was on the thread in one of the later posts, so I bet I can find it, but give me
Well-
like 60 seconds.
Dude, that's lewd. I would like to know what happened to this random person. I am the public calling you out. What happened to this poor random person that said that they were gonna work with your agency? We need to know. Did you fire them? Did you send them to the Shadow Realm? Did you? I won't make that joke. That's mean.
I mean, it's like,
Did you
You
send
know,
them to the cotton fields?
I was gonna make an Epstein
probably
joke,
most most people will just be like, why concern yourself over an employee in an agency that hasn't even, actually showed shit yet?
but yeah.
Okay, it was Mama Yuna. I can post a
Oh.
link in the chat here.
Yeah,
Why
let me
does
see
that
this.
name sound familiar?
It does sound familiar. I want to see which chat are you
I'll wait for
posting it
Oka
in.
to pull it up.
I put
Wait,
it
which
in my
channel do
DMs.
you want me to put this
Throw it in my DMs. That's where
Okay.
all the other links are.
And then okay,
Mama
just pull it up
Yuna,
on screen and we'll see it there.
Awesome.
I've heard that
This is
name
this is fine
before.
to pull up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just the same page from the site with
This is
another
why you never
avatar on
remove.
it.
This is why you never remove things. Chat. We'll always see. We will always see. Let's see.
Mama Yunya.
Mama Yunya.
Yunya. Yeah, did I say Yuna? Yunya. Apparently, she's another ASM artist that has 195,000 subscribers.
Interesting. Maybe there was blood in the water.
Nah.
I don't know. I have
she's
this
got
like.
a Patreon. She's got a YouTube.
Oh, she locked her Twitter.
She locked her Twitter.
It looks like the
Really?
community post is still there. Here, let me show you the community post.
Okay. Is this safe to click on?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's YouTube.
Oh man. Wow. Holy crap. That's really funny. I know exactly why she was fired, because she doxed the person who's starting it. This is like, see, like before people, she could probably say, oh, you guys are just schizo posting. You're saying that this is this and it's not. This right here, she doxed her employer. Wow.
I mean,
it wasn't a secret.
It wasn't a secret.
I know, but like, I would say that DTL could probably be like, no, you people are stupid. This is obviously not me. And she literally just put it out there for everybody to see.
I don't think that's it, because like she's
No.
like on the site and everything. She's face camming in the videos where she's talking about starting this agency. So I don't think it's a matter of doxing her.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I think you're
fair.
jumping the gun a bit, Olga.
Huh?
I think you're jumping the gun a bit.
No, well, okay, what I'm
It's
trying to...
weird.
Okay, my thought
Take the
process is...
tinfoil off.
My thought process is... that information is gatherable, but it's not as like readily available as saying, hey, I'm working on this project, here's my employer, right there in front. You know what I mean? Like, all that stuff could be like seen as maybe circumstantial. This is just straight up, here's this new project, here's exactly who's doing it, you know?
I think it might be something closer to what we were talking about in a couple minutes ago, where maybe people were contacting her saying, what are you doing? This is disgusting. Did you know this person made ASMR content with a minor? You know, maybe something like that.
Oh, really?
Just a speculation, 100% speculation, but it's definitely not anything to do with doxing. Everybody knows that these are the same people.
Oh, I guess
I didn't burn the kitchen
Mama
chat.
Unia is under a different VTuber name.
Is she really?
Oh, she's a VTuber.
Sin Sister VTuber is the new Twitter account.
Can I pull up the page, or is it...
Just don't scroll down too far.
Okay.
She is... Maybe she's doing something else. Her most recent community post, she says she's doing VTubing now under a new identity.
She just created this account in November.
Can you link me the account?
Yeah.
What, the Sin Sister one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
November 2023. Here, I'll post it in Shooting the Shit.
Could be conflict of interest. That could also be a thing.
There you go.
Where'd you put it? Okay, there it is. I will not scroll.
This one isn't blocked. It's followed by Rev and Ricky.
It is!
Mm-hmm.
Rev and Straub follow it.
I don't
Yep.
follow Straub.
No?
Nah.
Interesting.
Sin Sister or Sinister. Like, is one of these a typo? I don't get it.
It's Sin Sister.
What?
Name
Sin
her like
Her name is Sinister, but that's 1,000% taken already.
Yeah.
So it's like a meme. Sinful Sister is clever.
Exo mentioned the 2 characters were already set, but one of them got freed up. Oh, maybe she was gonna do one of these other VTubers.
Well, she's listed as an advisor.
That's interesting.
She
Mama,
just
you know
started
we
in
know who you
November, she's
are.
got 6,000 already.
She probably dragged her old fans because she
Oh,
did she did IRL lewd stuff and other
Right,
shit.
yeah, she's got 195, what did I say, on the other channel? Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be fair, she's immediately getting into clickbait. My button
Yeah.
popped open. I showed you my butthole.
I'm not showing this. Sorry, chat.
She looks like a Feifei knockoff.
Man, that's
Shat
crazy.
my pants.
What?
Oh,
Wait,
okay. So,
There's
so
ASMR
she
for
does
that?
do those niche.
what?
She does do those niche kinks.
Are people into that?
Yeah. Do you
Oh
know
my
how
God,
popular
that's so
scat is in Japan? Very.
I am vaguely aware of it, yes.
Distracting demons with my tits.
I don't understand it.
Warning, dumb woman on the road. Euro Truck
Oh.
Simulator.
Mm. So it's like a
Okay,
Fifi
I'm
knockoff?
curious now. I want to watch these myself.
Fuck. I don't.
Oh God. It's funny.
I oh.
Anyway, that's kind of where we are now. So that's who she is. It remains to be seen if she has the management experience to really, keep this above board. And if the payment split is also kind of crazy. So we'll see if that's going to cause problems too. I know a lot of people are already, spelling doom and gloom for this agency. Like they're going to have like a lot of infighting and fighting over whales and that sort of thing. I don't
you
know if that's
what?
for sure, but we'll see.
I
I just think they've
100%
made
agree.
a lot of mistakes already.
They have, yes. Starting out with just being an all lewd thing. Like, listen, with all the shit I give for Shoujo, they do a good enough job at not getting their asses kicked off the internet. And they're all pretty risque on their own rights.
I mean, they used to be. They've kind of changed over the year. Like you'll never see Henya doing anything like that
No.
we would normally associate with VShojo like last year, right?
No,
Or
exactly.
2022.
And I
Well,
think
Henya is different. I've talked about this before, but VShojo Japan is not VShojo. It's run by Keisan, and they have completely different contracts and everything. They have a completely different system.
very different
I mean,
standards.
isn't VShojo Japan just literally only Keisan and Henya?
Keisan, Henya, and it used to be Rushia, but Rushia
Used to
just
be.
left.
Yeah.
Fun. This was interesting though. This is completely off the wall random, but I think everybody kind of knows that other than Keisan, a lot of the people they've been bringing into VShojo Japan they've made models through VShojo. So it was interesting to see when Rushia left, she got to keep her model.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who don't know, Nazuna is considered Rushia. It's not 100% confirmed, but most people are pretty sure. Keisan runs it. As far as I'm aware, they basically just have Keisan run it. She decides who gets into it. She specifically hired Henya. She specifically hired Rushia. There's like one other girl in it who I don't think anybody knows or cares about, but she hired her too.
She said she had nothing to do with Rushia's hiring. I don't know if that was just. She did tweet something along that along those lines. I don't know if that was true or not, but.
Oh, she definitely got her in 1,000%.
You think so?
Oh, 100%.
There you go. You get the Mizu opinion.
Have you heard about RealCore?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So there's a small agency which is announced they're gonna go offline on January 31st. Apparently their talents, they're kind of, I guess, bucking the trend at this point. Their talents are not going to be able to keep their models, even though the agency is just going to completely disappear and those models are just going to disappear into the ether. So, I saw one former talents, or, I guess she's still a talent, but basically she was saying, yeah, I'm not going to be able to stream, after the 31st because I'm not going to be able to, get a model ready by that time, even if I could afford it. And so she was kind of stressed out about that, which was unfortunate.
That's interesting.
Hello, everyone. It is with a heavy heart that after much discussion, we're announcing the closure of RealCore on January 31st, 2024. We're proud to have cultivated such a great and caring community during our time of operation. We'd like to thank the talents as well as each of you for making our time together so special. Whether or not each talent will continue streaming past the end of operation is completely up to them, so we hope you'll respect and support each individual's decision. Please keep an eye out as talents who will be continuing their activities may create personal Discord servers for you to move over to. This Discord server will remain open until February 1st, so please take the time to archive any images or videos that are important to you between now and then. Finally, please respect the privacy and feelings of both the RealCore talents and staff. This is an emotional time for many of us. It's important to allow time for everyone to process their thoughts without pressure. Thank you for your continued support. This was posted on January 1st.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Don't name your VTuber agency RealCore.
It's
You don't
like,
like it?
okay,
I don't
I know
like
I
it, it's
said
dumb.
this. I said this the other day, and I told Murray this as well during his stream the other day. Literally, all of these not all of them, but a good portion of the agencies that have been going under or revealed to be fucking black companies, I fucking auditioned to before I joined Juniper.
Oh, that's right. You're the one that told me about it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I
And-
was part of the Great Lucid Docs of July 2023. There's next setting that's gonna go under.
Is RealCore multinational?
I have no idea.
They have
I think
somebody
were
that
American.
they have somebody using their tag that all of their posts are in Japanese.
Really?
Really?
Like,
Yeah, it's Meiaru Uros. Like even her quitting announcement, not quitting, but the company shutting down announcement, her first one is in Japanese and then she makes another one in English.
Yeah, it looks like there's a couple Japanese talents.
Interesting.
That makes it more interesting because normally these small agencies just kind of take like
Not
people from one language because they don't have enough to like
like
branch out like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the owner of Real Corp is her name's literally Jackie Real Corp, and I know I've seen some of her posts in Japanese and stuff. So
Wow.
Fair enough.
Well,
I just thought it was kind of weird.
interesting little side tangent there, but this is really interesting. I don't know. I guess we'll wait to see what happens to VAllure. Hopefully nothing crazy happens. Hopefully their PayPal doesn't get shut down.
I give
would-
it 6 months till we see the first sexual assault allegation.
Well, hey, the thing that like
Go to who?
A management talent,
maybe
but it's gonna be talent harassing the management.
like here's what bothers
Speaking
me.
of sexual assault allegations,
Oh god.
Oh, did you want to go into that next?
Yeah, it's a quick little touch.
Okay.
So, apparently, someone went to the police about getting virtually essayed on VR
Oh
chat or
yeah, that
something.
one.
that is not what I was talking about,
Yeah,
but we
we're
can
talking
start with
about
that.
Yes.
Oh well, too bad. I went to that one, and
We'll
it's
start
like,
with that.
okay, it's so fucking dumb because they're like, oh, this is the first instance of fucking like, you know, essay in VR, and it's like, you're a little late. Sam Maggs was saying that she was virtually fucking raped on GTA 5 online in 2015.
Oh my goodness.
So, sorry, Sam Maggs made a whole career out of being a victim. Okay, yeah, that's it.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That article or whatever, and people were like laughing because we were teabagging each other in Quake 3 in like 1999 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna let you know right now. If teabagging somebody accounts to rape IRL, then I should be in jail for the rest of my life because teabagging somebody when I brutally beat them is just. Listen, press 1 in the chat if you think teabagging is fun when you win. All right. Press 2 if you're a
With
pussy.
lose too, but
Press 2 if you're a pussy.
Sounds like some feminist BS. I mean, yeah.
All right.
It's
Teabagging
like-
is just a fact of life.
It's like, honestly, the whole thing is just like, take the VR headset off, or, you know, whatever. No one's holding you down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
it's
not there
always been
yet.
The thing, bro, how is cyberbullying real? Just turn the computer off.
right.
Or block them. Yeah, it's so fucking dumb. Just none of these people would have survived old FPS shooter lobbies.
No. Well,
I never
even
looked
some.
into the story, by the way. I like what because it's in metaverse. Like, can you even teabag in metaverse? Does anyone use metaverse? Why is there
It's like
somebody under the age of 18 using metaverse?
it's like apparently it
Good
was
question.
like 5 dudes, and it's like, dude,
Oh, is it like that 5 dudes meme with the little girl on the couch?
yes.
I hate that.
As long as you
As
haven't been
reported
knocked
by the
against your dog,
BBC
yeah.
via the British tabloid The Daily Mail, a girl under the age of 16 has alleged that she was sexually assaulted by multiple online strangers while playing a social virtual reality game. The unnamed young girl has suffered psychological trauma due to the incident. National
Her
Police
life is
Chief
ruined.
Counsel's Ian Critchley, fucking name of the ages there,
This is
wrote
British.
that virtual 3D spaces or metaverse experiences have opened a gateway for predators to commit horrific crimes against children. Crimes we know have both lifelong impacts, both emotionally and mentally. He added that tech companies must take action to make their platforms a safe space. Or don't let your children online. There's a reason all online games have a little warning that says online interactions not rated.
You
Okay,
remember when
right.
when Roblox got out, like there was that big famous thing where it's like, and we found out that there were actually pedophiles on Roblox, and it's just like, no, really?
Yeah.
How about you like actually moderate your platform, or you moderate your moderate your children, moderate your fucking children.
So if
And
somebody
it-
like burns down my house in Minecraft, does that count as arson?
Yes,
Yes.
and you can
Okay.
take them to jail for that.
Hard on that house. It caused severe issues in your soul.
Do you know
Jeez.
how long I spent on that, man?
At least
People
10
are
minutes.
saying-
Trees.
Dude, people are saying that if we're saying just take off the headset, it's victim blaming. You know, it's called not being a fucking retard.
I think Britbongs have more to worry about IRL regarding sexual assault, but that's a whole other can of worms.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, speaking of Britbombs, the closing song tonight. I can't wait.
British people are not serious.
British people are so weird. It's like, okay, do you wanna know what is crazy to me? The British Empire almost took over the entire world at one point, and then we slapped them so hard in the Revolutionary War that now that they're I'm sorry if you're British, I hate
They immediately
to say
gave
it.
up everything.
Listen, I'm gonna I apologize in advance, but the moment that America slapped your ass, you became a bunch of pussies. I'm sorry, but you did. Where's your backbone?
Lost one fight and immediately gave up every piece of land you ever owned.
Exactly. You
Except
lost.
Ireland.
You lost the baby. You lost the whiny baby. It kicked you back, and you're like, all right, I don't even want to deal with this thing no more. All right.
Because we got rid of all their tea.
I spilled your drink, and now you're not even gonna retaliate anymore. Like, what the fuck? You were the one of the most powerful empires in the world, and now look at you.
I think you kind of have an abridged appreciation of history. Wasn't quite that fast. But
Well, I
okay,
know,
get where you're going, but-
I know, but like, that's what, yeah.
To be fair, 200 years is extremely small in the lifespan of, you know, the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Like they
That
weren't
was- like, yeah, it's pretty much instant in like the lifespan of empires.
they weren't the Roman Empire, but they were still pretty damn powerful.
Now they arrest British YouTubers because Pug Dog does a funny salute.
That's
I
old
think he'd be
news.
very offended that you called him British.
He would be. He's not British though, is he?
He's Irish.
Yeah, he's Irish. I think the Irish take great offense to being called British. I'm sorry.
Oh, it pisses them off. They hate the British.
It's like
There's a
calling.
reason the IRA is still like spoken of in like semi-positive tones.
Man, I thought he was a Scot. No.
Imagine being British. couldn't be
Scottish,
me.
Irish, I don't remember. It's whichever one the British own that don't like to be owned by the British.
They are all secretly owned by them.
Look, you're all European to me.
Anyway.
All right. Well, continuing on the topic and trend of sexual assault.
Which one are we going to next?
Just so we're clear, it's not like necessarily sexual assault. Before any of the people involved come up to me and get mad. But no, there's this guy Poppy. I guess maybe people probably know him
I
because
know
he's
of
like
him.
half decent sized.
He's a Lich
Just
King
randomly put out
VTuber.
this thing the other day that says, "Hey, Mythic Sites, leave me alone and stop harassing me and my friends."
Mhm.
And Mythic Sites is this girl who's apparently e-dated a couple people. I don't know if they e-dated or they really dated. I don't keep track of their shit.
I'm sorry,
but Looney
e-dating is not
follows them,
real.
so.
You gotta meet at least
Is it
once.
The one that off themselves because they got a twit longer. No,
She has not addressed this twit longer at all, as far as I can tell. She's like literally not said anything about it. I messaged her earlier today, publicly, but I couldn't get her to answer, so that's kind of whatever.
hold on. Are we looking at the doc or are we looking at a different post?
The doc.
The doc. All right.
I'm
I
just-
will
I'm
link
clicking
it.
through.
I will link it in chat so people have something to reference.
Yeah, so
There you go.
Chat, because I am completely unfamiliar with this.
YouTube
Me
chat.
too.
yeah, this
YouTube
this randomly popped into my For You the other day on Twitter, and I was like, "Ooh, somebody released a document on this. This should be interesting," and it very much wasn't interesting. It's actually quite boring.
Yeah.
So I read through everything but the last person's account because they just wrote a bunch of words and it was very boring.
Isn't it a bunch of
Trust
hearsay?
me, chat, I will justify myself later. But for now, just know that I am right to be completely bored by whatever the fuck is going on between these two people. So basically, Poppy and this Mythic Sites person was dating at some point. I don't know if it was e-dating or real dating, but all of their pictures look like they're through Discord, so I think it was probably e-dating. But he basically starts by saying she's abusive, because she didn't like him flirting with other lewd tubers. Which, to be fair, if you are actually dating, I think that's technically a fair boundary to have.
I believe so.
Yeah, I agree.
This first images is I guess she's asking about if he's shit talking her, but like there's literally no context to it. It just says, "Is he shit talking me?" and the person offers a question mark. There is this message, which supposedly is her messaging Poppy's previous partner, who they apparently broke up on bad terms. I don't really know what's going on here. I don't even know if this is real, but this is what he shares.
It's like I haven't seen anything like from her side publicly saying anything about the dude.
Yeah, so basically he made this doc because supposedly she is trying to ruin his life and his career, which nothing in this document's ever shows anything about that. This one is weird because this is where he starts talking about her being jealous. And he says, she started resenting sex workers because I have many friends who specialize in 18+ content creation. She would often ridicule them and force me to unfollow those friends. And his example is her saying, I heard that bitch's voice as Red Claws alert and never dipped so fast. Screw that. I don't
even know what Red Claws is.
Isn't that a
I
drink?
don't know what that means.
Red Claw's
You
a
can't
drink.
just say she resented sex workers, gives me this as an example, and expect me to just know what that's supposed to mean. I don't get it.
Can I be honest with you? This sounds like a lot of schizo posting.
Yeah.
It's like unadulterated schizo posting.
He goes, here are other various accounts of her jealous behavior. First off, this person takes a picture of their phone. We talked about this in chat before stream. You can screenshot your phone. This is a smartphone. I can tell it is. I don't understand why they took a picture of the phone. This is some boomer shit. But supposedly this is an account of her jealous behavior, but it's just a blank account. It doesn't, literally nothing ties this to her. They don't even have people's names mentioned in this. I don't understand
like the
why
dream
I'm supposed to
allegations. Oh my gosh.
So we kind of discussed this in chat, and maybe some of you guys in chat can correct me on this because I thought this was weird. I don't understand why his Discord DMs look like this. To me, this almost looks like they took a picture of something she said and they sent it in his DM chat. Because I don't understand why her messages have the typical Discord gray background, but all of his are in blue.
Actually, hold on. I will do a little test. I am going to block Akko and see if the hidden replies are going to be gray if I have to
If you have a different background.
That's me.
yeah.
If so, cause it just looks weird.
Let's see.
Is this
So
gonna
I'm
kick
gonna
me
have
out
to
of the
refriend
call?
you after this. No.
Because the other part is it also's got her
Let me
like
see.
picture pushed over further. The only thing that even made me consider that this wouldn't be faked is the timestamps.
Okay, so because I have that fancy little like purple background like dude has.
Yeah.
And I blocked Akko. It said it hid all of her messages. I pressed show message and it's still the exact same color.
Yeah, so I have no idea what the fuck is up with this. And even then, in all of these messages, it's, are you in this person's DMs? And he says, I love you, they're a homie. But that person has been a homie to me or whatever. She does another one where it's like, are you shrimping for this person? Which I guess is their cute way of saying simping or whatever. I don't know why you would say that way. That just sounds weird to me, but whatever she wants to do. And he says, no, I love you. And then he just posts these random messages of her asking, like, are you flirting with these people? She goes, I was afraid to work with people or even get rated by some of my friends who were lewd tubers. I felt isolated. Because he says, she actively stalked my following list, would wait and stalk Twitch chats to see if I would be there, more of her stalker behavior. So first off, he never shows proof of this hiding in Twitch chats thing. I feel like he could.
okay, like, this is just me assuming. I'll probably try to reach out to Mythic through DM since I am verified on Twitter. But like, it seems like
Let's get her on the podcast.
they don't communicate very well with each other because she seems like someone that is very insecure, being told one thing, but then like maybe either she didn't clarify her boundaries so well, even though it seems like she's laying it out pretty clearly. Is it a little unreasonable to say, hey, yeah, why are you following me, this person, this person, this person, this person? A little unreasonable? Yeah, but a dude can also probably say, these are only friends. If he's displaying any suspect behavior or commenting things on their posts or their art, I could see some alarm on that from, you know, an angle of someone who's in a relationship with someone. I can see that being a little weird, but like,
Sorry.
Well, my
finish.
thing is when I'm reading through it, right, is I would say that she looks very insecure in her relationship. However, he's trying to paint this as her being some insane stalker. I'm like, I wouldn't say that. She just sounds like she's insecure, and you sound like you're really shit at reassuring her. Because I'm gonna say this, just if all the context I have is what he said, or the pictures he's shown, bro, you fumble the bag at every fucking turn.
yeah.
She's like, are you shrimping for this person? And all you're like, no, I love you. Or like this one up here, are you in their DMs? And it's like, no, I love you. They're just a homie. Like, that sounds like something a cheater says. I'm not saying you are, but that's something like a cheater 100% says. Like, no, honey, you don't understand. I love you. They're just a friend. It sounds bad.
It's like, I would love to see more context instead of like
These random
her messages and then like 2 replies from him. I want to see what was happening before. It doesn't have to be the entire fucking chat history, but I want to see something besides her schizo posting.
Yeah.
And also more evidence of her being a stalker, or like, you know, we need more evidence than trust me, bro.
Oh, we're only gonna get into worse, trust me, bro.
Yeah.
Because the next part is there's like this art payment claims. I guess this mythic girl does art, and he says there are many accounts of individuals coming to inform me that I did not pay her for any of the art I commissioned from her. And when she was corrected, the story changed to I was not paid enough. Below are a list of various payments to Mythic regarding all assets and illustrations created for me and everything I've commissioned from her. So first
What
off,
the hell?
all of the payment is blocked out, so I don't know that this is too Mythic. I'm going to take you at your word and say that all these are to the Mythic girl, but you literally blocked everything out. These could be to literally anybody, and these are over such a long period of time. Like, I don't
And
know.
all these were from 2022, and
Yeah.
also, if this chick is doing art as a job and charging that much, I'm surprised she doesn't have a business account.
Yeah, there's also this, the part that really got me on this right here was there were accounts of individuals informing me that I did not pay her for the art. When she was corrected, the story changed to I was not paid enough. What individuals? Did she ever say anything about this to you? And where did she change the story? Like, certainly you would have proof of this. Nowhere in here does he post proof of this happening. It's just, she totally claimed this. Trust me, she claimed it. So I don't even care if these are payments to her or not, which you're not showing me. You're not showing me that she accused you of not paying. You have to do that part first.
How does this... Okay, how does this fit? How does this fit
What do you mean?
into his allegations?
He's just trying to make like a random doc that says she's a piece of shit. Like, he tried to say it was like some allegation about her ruining his life and trying to take him out of VTubing. I guess his argument with the art payment thing is that she tried to accuse me of not paying artists, therefore artist wouldn't want to work with me. But I don't... You're not showing me she said that. And like all of this stuff up here, I'm assuming what he's trying to tie it into is she's trying to disconnect me from other people in the community so I don't have like my network. But that's also not what's really happening up there. Up there, she's complaining about you constantly liking nudie pics on fucking Instagram.
Yeah, I would say that, like, if
yeah.
you're following some friends that are, like, lewd, like, as long as she knows that, I feel like that's okay. But, like, it'd be like if I was in a committed relationship with somebody and I was following a lot of porn stars, and it'd just be like, what's going on here? You know what I mean?
And it's like, you know, me personally, am I a very insecure and jealous person at heart? Yes, I am. But I also remember that the internet isn't a real place, and I know that I'm secure in my relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kieran, you can DM me on Discord if you want.
It's like, I wish this dude saying that, like, multiple people came to him saying that, oh, she's saying this, this, and this. Include the screenshots of what people were telling to you. You can block out the names of the people who fucking DM'd you, but some evidence would be lovely.
Yeah, I agree.
I really like this last part that he tries to cap it off with. Whenever we discuss payment, she would tell me I'd been paying her too much, only to find out she would disclose to many individuals that I didn't pay her for specific projects, when the majority of what was given was gift art. So I like this part where he just admits outright that he didn't pay her for certain art, but he says, but it was a gift. I didn't have to pay her. And it's like, so do you have proof it was a gift? Because I feel like that's important if you're going to claim that the stuff you didn't pay for was gifted to you. You can't just say it was a gift.
What? Again, how does this fit in him trying to, like, say that she's an asshole? Because this just sounds so bad.
I really love this next part.
The transphobic stuff?
Yeah, so this makes it sound like he's just trying to boost his own ego than talk about anything she says. Because he says it's come to my attention that she has spread a claim about me being transphobic. This is the entire transphobic section. You can see it on screen now.
Yeah.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that's it. You can see there's zero picture of her. There's no evidence of this ever happening. It's just, she said I was transphobic. I donated thousands of dollars to the Trevor Project.
Good job, buddy.
I can't be transphobic.
Good job, you donated to a trans thing, you're not okay. Does that mean, wait.
I mean, hey.
Does that mean if Trump donates to the Trevor Project that he's automatically a trans supporter?
Well, my thing isn't even like him being transphobic or not. It's like there's no evidence of her accusing him of being transphobic.
Yeah,
He
it's
just
like,
says she totally did, and I'm a good person because I donated to the Trevor Project.
You know what this looks like?
better the Trevor Project than mermaids.
You know what this looks like? Okay, so this looks like a Google Doc that you would share with only friends, because only friends would know the context. The general public, you gotta be way more specific. You can't just say,
literally no idea what's going on with
exactly. Like, if I'm looking at this, I'm like, bro, show me the sauce. I want to see the sauce. I legit have no idea if he's telling the truth. I have no idea if these are real. Like, you could show me you could show me a photoshopped picture, and I would believe that more than just nothing. Like, there's nothing here for me to point to.
Yeah, and like I said, I looked through her Twitter when I was trying to get in contact with her. She has not talked about any of this at all publicly. So
Best thing you can do is ignore it if it's false. So.
Well, if she's accusing him of anything, it's not even in like reply chains. It's gotta all be in DMs that I haven't seen any of. Which we get to that later. They claim it's all in calls, and they don't have any of the calls saved. She gets to the end here, miscellaneous allegations. Those unaware, I've manufactured a rude internet persona, but that's a shtick I pull from my career. It's acting. As somebody who's seen the way you talk to certain people, I don't think it's acting. Whenever he doesn't like somebody, he will be like kind of cutthroat with them. I don't think it's acting. I think he's just a dickhead. And he tries to play it up as acting when people call him out for it.
Yeah, just admit that you're a dick.
Off of being the big bad wolf. Feelings can get hurt, but if it's brought to my attention, I always address each situation with the utmost situation the utmost sensitivity and care that it deserves. You couldn't even give this document the utmost sensitivity and care it deserved, bro. There are some miscellaneous claims that have been brought to my attention that I'd like to touch base. Firstly, there are claims that I allow minors to engage with my community on Twitch. My channel follows similar guidelines to that of TV14 channel guidelines. This means my channel is not 18 plus content. The only 18 plus content areas I own is my Discord channel. I've been meticulous to ban minors on site as their safety is very much my priority. His example is he shows his rules where it says, not in any context, this channel is a TV14 channel. What I think is weird is he says obey, no talk of age whatsoever. So I sort of get it, but on the other hand, you're saying that you actively check for minors, and then on your rules, you're saying you actively want them to hide their age and not ever say anything about it.
Well, I tell my audience, I was like, please don't say your age because YouTube will ban you. And
oh yeah, no, you'll get dicked.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if you joke about it.
Yeah, don't joke about, like, I just tell people don't joke about this kind of thing. And I tell people what my content is, and then I tell them, if you're here, you're on the risk. I'm not, you know, I only ban people in Discord if they're, like, stupid.
I love this last part from his bio. I've been bad to my peers, I play a little rough with my crowd, it's how I entertain. I even added this to my bio so no one gets the wrong idea. Mostly satire.
Mostly.
Schrodinger's criminal. Oh god.
Yeah, so he admits, whether he knows it or not with this mostly satire thing, he admits his entire shtick is Schrodinger's asshole.
You joke after what people think that.
If it backfires on me, it was just satire and I didn't mean it. But if it works out well for me, it was completely serious and it was intended to be strict commentary. You can't do mostly satire. You either are or you aren't. Like, you're asking for problems. You can have a specific post that is satire, but if you're just telling me my whole account, it's completely coin flip if it's satire or not, good luck figuring it out.
Very true.
You're just trying to cover up for, like, any criticism. I'd like to clarify, we are now at the summary section. That was everything he had.
That was nothing.
That was his whole, document calling this person out.
That was nothing. I'm sorry. That was nothing.
That's, well, because then chat, he puts this other statement on from somebody called Aspen Frost, who is a substantially smaller VTuber, which doesn't matter, but she also doesn't show much either. She just makes a whole bunch of claims. So like she shows this one from Mythic Sites where she's talking to her about her insecurities. And there's nothing in this chat like that I think is appropriate to actually release because she's not acting crazy or anything that needs to be released. She's talking about her insecurities with this guy. I think it's kind of a dick move to release this, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, this like, here's the thing. This doesn't look like public messages. This looks like private messages between people in a private setting. You know,
this is 100% DMs.
If this was in public, I don't care. But this is private, and I feel like this is not really, I don't know.
Hold on a second. I'm just reading. I'm just gonna read these couple small paragraphs.
Okay.
Unfortunately, most of our communication occurred in voice calls and group chats that were left undocumented. In hindsight, I feel like this was intentional and never intended to go public with this information and did not keep proper documentation on it. The ones involved in the document, Mythic Sites, Spoodle72, Owl Doll Arts, and Dr. Whatever the fuck, were some of my closest friends prior to the dissolving of the relationship of Poppy and Mythic Sites. The accounts of my experiences with them will be a blend of secondhand retellings and my own memories. I suffer from a medically recognized condition called dissociative identity disorder.
DID.
Of course you do. Which creates amnesia barriers to protect my brain from trauma. Therefore, many of my memories of this event have been scattered across multiple altars that I will remain nameless for privacy reasons.
It's that kind of thing.
It's you yourself and yourself, my dude.
I see. So she's schizophrenic then.
If you need I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that word. colloquial and brief explanation of my disorder, it causes, and its symptoms. I have attached a link to my card. Of course you do. Do keep in mind this is not a complete medical reference guide. It's meant to be a simplification told by another DID system with my condition.
A system.
Okay.
Those people.
Yeah.
So
those
just so you
people.
guys are aware,
Oh,
because I'm a huge mental health advocate. Systems are a thing, but that's not typically a word that a medical professional would use. And for a person to have more than one alternate personality is extremely rare. Because the way alternate personalities are created is your mind specifically creates them to do with a specific trauma. So it's an extreme simplification because it typically has to be something very extreme. But if you were abused heavily as a child, your mind might create a more childlike alter to try and escape from the abuse and hide from it. For somebody to have multiple alters, they have to have gone through multiple wide-ranging and very varied forms of abuse that would cause their mind to necessarily need multiple different identities to deal with it. You aren't just born with multiple identities. Even schizophrenics, contrary to how they're portrayed in media, are not born with multiple identities. They just hear voices, and that's highly debatable.
It's just
this person does not have multiple personalities. They are shitting themselves.
They are, yes.
When I was in high school, we had a psychology course in high school because academy and all that. I did some research on multiple personality disorder when it was still called multiple personality disorder. It only affects 0.2% of people in the entire world, and ever since people have been chronically online on TikTok, mostly during the pandemic, a lot of people have decided, hey, you know what? Let's fake having a disorder, and it's one of the most popular mental disorders besides Tourette's.
Autism.
That people love to fake the most.
Oh,
I mean, I remember this stuff. This isn't just a pandemic thing. I remember this stuff from live journal days where people would have a blog for their system, and then the different personalities would write articles and some sort of and it was obvious. It was just some kid role playing and being.
I have a good video.
Snowflake.
Chat, I have
opened
good
up their
homework for you.
card and I'm immediately mad because I know for a fact they're the faker type. Because they include in their rules and vocabulary persecutors. This is not a thing. This is something that DID fakers have come up. Yeah. So this is something that DID fakers have come up with, that you can have different personalities that intentionally seek to harm you. That is not how multiple personality disorder works.
No.
Multiple personalities only makes protectors, and it's specifically different personalities to gate you away from the trauma you're trying to escape.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a trauma creating a negative alternate personality that intentionally seeks to inflict more trauma. That's not a thing.
Now, chat, what I will say, if you would like to learn about this amazing world of headmates, because they also call themselves headmates, there is a documentary by a man named Mr. Medicare, Mr. Medicare, that you can watch called Tumblrisms, and it's very good because it tells you about all this bullshit, okay? Because 110%, this is bullshit. I do believe that, some people, again, like Mizu said, can create, situations where they have to escape and they have to section that off. I believe that. I 100% believe that, and I've done studying in it. Do they have a 10 billion alters where they believe Jesus is in their head, or Harry Potter? Because some of these people actually believe that. No, they're fucking with you. They're fucking with you, and they should probably be Here's the thing: if they want me to take them seriously, I'm just gonna call them schizophrenic. All right? If anybody comes to me and says, "Oh, I have multiple personalities," are you sure you should be here, or should I take you back to the psych ward? Okay.
Well, there's
just
also the idea.
It's
that
also
a lot
very
of them...
frustrating.
Well, they also have this idea that a lot of them think they can just kind of back and forth swap in between the different personalities, which is, again, not how multiple personality disorder works. You only really swap into the alternate personality when you are reliving the trauma in some way.
Yeah.
It's like
You don't just randomly swap between personalities for no fucking reason. It's like the people that think Tourette's is just randomly ticking at all times on like a timer.
No.
When in reality, Tourette's, typically there actually is a trigger that causes you to tick.
Yeah, I have a friend. I have a really good friend. He's really amazing. He's part Puerto Rican. He's awesome.
Of course, it's a Puerto Rican.
He sometimes, like, he does really good with one-on-one. Like, really, like, when it's just me and him and we talk, we can have really good in-depth conversations about the world. But when you had 2, 3, 4, sometimes you're just randomly shouting the N-word. And nobody gets mad at him because he can't control it. Like, at all.
Yeah, it's an overwhelming thing.
It's,
Yeah.
he, like,
Stress
shouts...
response.
He shouts penises all the time. He calls everybody gay. Like, legitimately, he can't control it. But I know it's real. I know it's real because I can tell. I can tell when somebody's being a stupid idiot and when they're being my friend. Friend, I love you.
It's just like the entire DID thing is fucking wild because most of the things that people know of DID is a fictionalized version of it because of movies and TV shows. It is as far as I know, there's only been like a very small handful of people that have been officially medically diagnosed with DID. It is extremely hard to get anyone a DID fucking diagnosis because in order to trigger those, you know, a different, like another alter, the person needs to be under enough stress for that to trigger. Some people think that, okay, I can just do this on command. Swish my hand around and now I'm suddenly fucking, I don't know, insert whatever My Hero Academia character they decided to adopt as a persona.
It's called roleplay, chat. I used to do that. But I didn't take it that far. Ugh. It's really frustrating.
Back to VTubing, I want to know if like this person had to have like a different avatar for each headmate.
That sounds expensive.
Does one of the headmates think that like VTubing is cringe or something like that?
Do they have a lolly model and does one of their headmates think that they should go to jail for having said lolly model? Because that sounds like an internal conflict.
I don't
Imagine
know what they
that.
have.
Imagine, chat. That sounds like this sounds like a role play. It sounds like a funny role play. I would love to role play something like that one
Oh, they're a
day.
furry.
Oh, it's even worse.
Of course they are.
Never mind.
That explains a lot.
Oh, you know what? Maybe they have
One
an
of the headmates is a
altar.
wolf or something.
One of the altars probably has silver in there.
She, plural, autistic party animal.
No, they're autistic!
They do have multiple models. My models are a depiction of my identity. I am not fictional or a character.
It's Joe.
Oh no!
They probably okay, chat. I'm gonna let you know right now.
Self-diagnosis is not valid.
I'm gonna let you know right now, chat. If I do not believe in self-diagnosis, I believe that if you think you have something, that is a good first step. But if you do not immediately go to a doctor, you cannot tell the world, I have autism, all right? It's very, and I am going to get a little bit A-loggy here, but it is a little bit offensive for me when someone says, oh yeah, I have autism, and it's just like, okay, when were you medically diagnosed? It's like, oh, I was not medically diagnosed. I just think I am, therefore I am. It's just like, that's cool, bro. When I was 10, I was medically diagnosed, and then when I was 15, I was again medically diagnosed because my dad wanted to take me away from my mom. And you're telling me that you can just say that and it's okay? No, the fuck it's not. I don't care if you don't have the money. You can't say that you have it unless a doctor said you did. I thought we were all about trusting the science. So just saying, if you want to trust the science, you better trust that fucking science too. Anyway.
Oh man, it's like it's still
people.
funny that this person's claims on everything is just word vomit. Where's the
Very much so.
screenshots?
I want to know
Yeah,
which
like-
altar this is coming from.
Like I said, when I'm reading these, a lot of the stuff specifically between then and this person sounds like really personal, like, talk that really shouldn't have been included.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't sound like this is something I would share.
Maybe one of the altars wanted to get revenge on Mythic. Who knows?
Because then they have this thing at the end, but this is their best thing that they have is on November 20th, I was pulled into a voice call with Mythic Sight, Spoodle, Dr. Sakusi, and Owl Doll Arts to discuss Poppy and his alleged abusive behavior. I did not record this call as I was not given explicit permission from all parties involved. During this lengthy, multiple-hour call, the following occurred. I was shown an illegally recorded phone call between Mythic and Poppy, which... it's a high chance it wasn't illegally recorded.
Illegal. If it's a single-party consent state, it's not illegal.
Yeah, all it matters is the party of the person who's recording it. It's
I am the single party, and I
likely it was legal.
Do those laws apply to like Discord calls, or is it just something over the phone system?
It is
You know what? That's a
actually
good question. I'll
been
look that up.
debated whether or not it counts for things like Discord, because Discord does not have a like a expectation of privacy.
Yeah, it's
So-
not part of their TOS or anything. It's like, oh no, you can't record shit. It's like, nah, that's just up to the people. It's
Yeah.
basically an honor rule.
It has never been tested in court. However, I have actually heard multiple different lawyers before on YouTube chime in on it. And basically every single one of them says it's probably going to come down to what judge you're talking to. But it's not at all going to be like a clear-cut conversation. It's going to be a big debate in the courtroom.
Very much so.
It was claimed that I, a legal adult, was being groomed by Poppy. I don't know, you sound kind of dumb. I don't necessarily doubt that that's something someone could do to you.
Hey, they might have the tism. That's mean.
You
Yeah.
can ban people for recording voice calls. Likely can't press charges. Yeah.
Yeah.
makes
What
sense.
what did they do? What charges are you gonna throw on them for that?
Also,
Yeah.
like, are you gonna try to charge someone for recording something in a public Discord?
In another country or another state, even. Good
And no
luck with
lawyer would even
that.
pick up that case.
Good luck with that. They'll laugh you out of the courtroom.
This sounds like... Because this is the part, chat, I had kind of skimmed over because... I mean, you can tell from the first part, this person's crazy. And I just kind of, like, tuned them out when I got to this part, when they said this was a call that they had no recording of at all and no proof that it even happened. I didn't realize that this is where the Poppy is transphobic comes from. I was told with no evidence or proof that Poppy is transphobic. So, this sounds like this document was made in tandem with Poppy and this Aspen person, specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, chat, this is the end of the document. And at the very start of the document, Poppy said, this is going to contain multiple people's testimonies. And in reality, it's just this Aspen person.
Well, technically, two people is
It is
multiple.
multiple people because of the system.
Two people counts, I think. Is that how math works? I'm not
How
smart,
do
so
we
I wouldn't
that
know.
Poppy isn't in Aspen's system?
Oh my gosh, I didn't think of that.
Oh shit, they're all the same person.
you
Holy
can, like, read it
shit.
through.
Like I said,
Claimed she
schizo
was not
posting.
paid for any of the work on the artwork or models and overlays she made for Poppy. This is literally just this Aspen person said something and Poppy's just regurgitating it. This person could be completely lying. He doesn't even know.
Poppy, where's your sources? You could be like, this is... I don't know.
Your source is somebody that says they're multiple people. Is that really what you want to go with? Sorry. Okay, let's go back up top. Multiple people with selective amnesia barriers and dissociative identity disorder.
Oh
And
my
this is the
God.
person you're taking as your like 1000%, 100% true. Oh, sorry, and autistic.
And autistic. Can't forget the autism.
Ow.
I mean, actually, I think
listen,
autistic people would make good character witnesses because they're like
we do.
Look at
really
this first
analytical.
line.
We do. I
may have
yeah.
said things I regret in that phone call. I can't recall the details due to my amnesia, Barry.
That's a
Okay, so the
perfect way to
part where
say,
you might
"Not
have
my
been a
fault."
shithead, you don't remember.
Wait. It wasn't me. It was my other personality. It was my evil twin.
There's no way I could have raped them, Your Honor. It was my other personality. My other personality is a rapist. I am innocent. You have to let me go.
Yeah, I hate rape.
I hate rape, but my alternate personality, you can put them in jail, but I don't know how you're gonna do that.
Knowing Mythic Site's history of illegally recording phone conversations, I would not be surprised if our conversation is recorded and stored.
Well, I would like to hear that. I would love to hear the conversation then. Mythic, please, Mythic. Right now, I'm on your side. Please put this out. I want to hear. Unironically, I am on your side because I want to hear this phone call.
Amnesia berry, they need some member berries to remember.
If
I need
this
some good
conversation
berries.
is shared privately or publicly, consider this my official statement. I do not consent to that phone call being shared.
Don't
Doing
matter.
so at this point could only be with intent to cause harm, which is illegal.
No, it's
No.
not.
It's not. Not only
What
is
are you people saying?
Not only is this person retarded and schizophrenic, they are also stupid. That is
So here's
not how
here's
the
what
law
they're trying to
works.
say it's illegal. Poppy would like it make it known that he resides in a two-party consent state. That doesn't matter. It's who recorded it. It's where they are.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if you're in a two-party consent state or not.
Okay, okay, this part is fucking funny. I hope after the dust clears, we can be friends again someday. If you hate someone this much, you ain't gonna be friends again. Why do you even want to be friends with someone
No.
who is allegedly like that?
No. It's like when I shit talk somebody, it's because I don't want to be friends with them ever again. And yet
Yeah.
you're trying to get back in their good graces? I don't think that's gonna work.
But you see why I wanted to bring this up, Chad. I thought this was funny
This
when I
is
read
so
it.
dumb.
Like, cause I only read like through the Poppy part and the
Wow.
start of this girl's part, but nothing in this was making me go, "Wow, this Mythic Sites person really sucks."
Aspen frog.
You know what? I'm gonna DM Mythic later and see if she wants to provide
Holy
her side of the story,
fuck.
or if she says isn't true, don't care. Then it'd be like, okay, that's fine. And then we can just let dogs lie.
Wow. Dude, I'm looking at this person's account. Holy cow. This is just everything I expected.
Are you reading through the Aspen Frost person account?
I'm looking through their account, Yaz. Like, okay, again, Shit, man.
Look, I will take Aspen Frost, if you hear this, I will take everything back, all of it, if you can just provide me proof that you have multiple alters. I know for a fact there is a very tiny number of people in the world that have been confirmed to have multiple alters. Very, very small minority of people, a minority of the minority.
Yes.
If you can prove that, I will just blanket, I will say this whole document's true.
You know what? I agree too. If Mizu
Yeah?
says it, I don't even need to see verification. Because, like, here's the thing. You're going to have to prove it with a bit of documentation and stuff. But if this is
But
real,
that's doxing.
we won't share it in public. All right? Is anything shared in private is not shared in public. All right? But if you can provide a piece of information that says a doctor says this, 100% we'll take this all back. I will
Oh,
call...
but don't forget, it's super easy to fake doctor documents now.
I will call. Who is this
It
against?
can be, yeah.
Mythic. I will call that Mythic bitch a skank whore rapist for you. But you have to prove it. Otherwise you are the skank whore rapist. Okay. Oh, excuse me. One of your alters might be. I don't know. That's a joke, by the way.
I don't know which alter.
Yeah, it
Could be
might.
any of them.
It's part of it's part of the amnesia. There's
It's
no
part-
way they can remember.
It's part of the metaverse of alters here, okay? I don't want to assume, because I don't know how many can exist in one person's head. The last I heard, it could be infinite. And Jesus was somewhere in there. So maybe somewhere in there is a whore rapist. Maybe.
Jesus
I don't know.
is somewhere. Maybe Jeffrey Epstein is one of them. Who knows?
Oh man, I feel really bad for these multiple personality people at that point. Man, what a segue! Holy cow!
Epstein didn't die. He just turned into an alter.
Yeah, Epstein didn't kill himself. He's in one of these. I won't say a specific person, but he's in one of these altars right now. We have to find him, chat. We have to find him and ask him who killed him.
Perfect segue into talking about Hexa and the Epstein thing.
Oh yeah. So chat.
I want to say one thing before we segue, just as probably the oldest person here significantly. I just think it's so weird that we are in this like period in time where like people are getting into relationships and calling themselves in relationships and breaking up and all this drama in Discord, like with people that they have never met in real life, and like maybe don't even know what they look like or what
Yeah.
their real name is. Like all of these relationships are happening that are just words on a screen. It's just kind of weird to me.
I will
She just went live for part 2. Nice. I'll probably rate out to her after we're done with the podcast.
I will say I have somebody that I like, and we did meet over the internet. But I will say that until we meet in person, it does not. I will not say that like I am solidified until I meet somebody in person, because I can say I like somebody over the internet, but until I am in their personal space and we both observe each other's personal space, all I like is your personality. But I don't know if I like you near me. You know what I mean? So that's why it's always just kind of like, why are these people so ready to get into relationships like this, and then just like out of nowhere, I broke up with them. No, you didn't break up with them. You broke up with the idea of them. You didn't actually meet them. You didn't actually get... Like, that's why the people that actually meet IRL, I have more respect for those people, even if they're cringe.
I mean,
you know?
I mean, hey, I met my boyfriend through Final Fantasy 14, and now we're living together.
Well, that's actually a dating site, so that's more valid. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know.
Final Fantasy 14 is well, I've heard of people dating, and then getting married because they met through FF14.
Yeah, that's honestly, I'm pretty sure there's more stable relationships coming out of 14 than there are in any other dating site.
It's like I told him if we ever decide to get married, I am going to send a wedding invite to Yoshida, Soken, and everyone there.
There we go. Just say, hey Yoshi P, come to my wedding. You're the reason why I'm getting married. He'll come dressed in the shirt for the next expansion, and you'll be the only one with the hin. That's your wedding gift.
My friend Julie, she speaks fluent Japanese, so I'll have her write out the wedding invitation.
Awesome. That's absolutely amazing. Have her write it out in ink, like traditional Japanese ink. He will pay more. Listen, I think he'll like it even more if you do that. Maybe. He might find it cringe, I don't know. E-dating is cringe? I agree. You need to meet somebody IRL. Like, you can say you like somebody online, but you have to solidify it IRL. You can't say that you want to marry some... Like, if you say, before you even get to kiss somebody or hug them, I want to marry you, listen. That's pretty. That's cute. But that's cringe, okay?
I mean, it's like fucking the online poly relationships. It's like, how's that gonna work, my dude? Yeah.
Well, I'd imagine an online one would be more realistic than like a real life one, because like...
I'm of the opinion all poly relationships are destined to fail.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I haven't seen... the thing is, I meet a lot of people.
Sister Wives? That is
gosh.
a failed poly relationship.
I've seen so many, and I have not seen one yet that lasts forever. And I know some people that are nice that have them, and I'm just like, good luck, thumbs up. I don't know how that's gonna work out, but good luck.
I mean, Mormons exist.
Yeah, they're doing what they're told by God, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes. But they still had jealous women.
Yes.
Yeah.
They still had jealous
Absolutely.
women. That's why God told them to stop doing it, because God realized that women got too jealous. Okay, listen, I don't want to get into it because I am a little bit of a historian on that, but technically the only reason why they did it is because most of the men died when they were crossing the plains, and they did that because women didn't have rights back then. That's the only reason.
We can have an Akko schizo stream on the various niche things that Akko knows.
I don't want to. I don't want to talk about Mormonism. It's so boring.
Fair.
I don't want to talk about that.
Oh god, you brought up the Mormons.
No.
Dude, the Mormons always come up somehow.
Listen, I spent 10 years in that. I don't want to spend any more. No more. Maybe one day, but no more.
I grew up in a Baptist church. It's better than Lutheran, but still.
No. Anyway,
Alright. Let's segue on to Hexa and Epstein.
I don't have anything to share for this.
Fucking, hold on. I'll pull up the post that
Should I need to skip this
put in
song?
shooting the shit.
Blah, blah. Blah. Skip. Dryer docs.
I'll just put up this person's posts. They quote retweeted Hexa because they
My
were
regular
like,
streams? Exactly. My schizo streams are just regular streams.
so Hexa made a funny little tweet before she went live yesterday. saying, "No, please don't take me to Little St. James Island, Mr. Epstein." Alive now, reading through the Epstein court documents until I get bored.
Oh, bad.
And she had this picture with it. It's fucking hilarious. It's like she has, as far as I think she's a cute and funny VTuber, or at least a lolly adjacent.
She's cute and funny adjacent.
She is cute and funny adjacent. I love
I would
Hexa.
classify her as adjacent.
Yeah, Hexa's great. I want her on the show. I asked her and she said yes, so we need to get her on the show sometime.
Just for people who have no idea, she's just kind of a smaller indie. I think she was just a 2 view until recently. She did a collab with Pippa and kind of came on people's radar through there. Sometimes kind of has some Menhera stuff going on, but she seems to be a nice person.
She's great.
She's amazing. I love her so much.
I would like to stream with her.
Hold on, I will share my screen so you guys can see the Epstein fan cam that she showed. Fucking, it's insane. No, I wanna share.
Just so
my
we're clear,
Discord.
it does have like copyrighted music in the background.
Probably shouldn't turn on the voice then.
Okay, I won't turn on the voice. I will just show. Fucking let me.
Like she's singing it, but the actual music in the background I think is the actual thing. So it might get dinged.
Let me share screen. There you go. You guys see it?
Hold on a moment.
Yeah.
Now we got it.
Okay. Here.
Oh my gosh. What the hell? I think this is funny. It's funny, but morally it's still just like, what the hell? Oh man. I love how she's doing the lolly model too, because that's not her normal model, is it?
It is.
Oh, it is?
It is.
Oh, that's even funnier.
She doesn't really have like a lowly voice or anything.
That's even better. She
I
have
mean,
like
you
a
don't
more
need a
adult
lolly
voice.
voice with a lolly model. When I get my lolly model, I ain't gonna use a voice changer. You get to deal with my same annoying ass voice you always get to listen to.
Fuck yeah.
She had a fucking shirt that hold on, let me see if I can.
Oh gosh, this is kind of dangerous. It's kind of dangerous, Lumi.
It's Twitch.
That's even
That's
dangerouser.
still dangerous.
Still
she's live
dangerouser.
Yeah, she's
we
live now.
mentioned it.
Hi, Hex, I'm up a boy. Let me see. Let's see, videos. 10 days ago
That one.
today.
I think it's that one.
Yeah, it's this one. Let me see if I can find the shirt that she was showing.
Oh gosh, she had a
Oh,
shirt.
there it is. Yeah, here it is. No, well, back a little more.
Thank you, Twitch, for saying that portions of the audio have been muted as it contains copyrighted material.
Oh, here.
Oh my gosh!
This is a Yeah,
I am not reading that out loud.
I will. That time I committed suicide and was reincarnated
In
as a harem
Minecraft.
king on an island full of anime cat
In
girls.
Minecraft.
On the funny island.
Waifu watchers.
It's
Waifu Watchers is a pretty
Watchers.
popular Twitter account that makes fun of roasties.
Oh my gosh. No!
Oh my god.
That's a real shirt too. That's a hand cam there. That's a.
Yep.
She could actually wear that in public if she wanted to. That's amazing.
Yep.
I don't know why you
People were
would.
asking her in chat, "Do you wear that in public?" Oh, I love Hexa so much. She's fucking great.
And Minecraft still does work. It just depends on the person that you threaten.
So, chat, I'm gonna clarify this, right? Because you are correct. Lolicons do not want to be associated with Jeffrey Epstein. However, it's more of like a Channer thing than it is like a community thing. And the thing is, Hexa is much more Channer than she is Lolicon.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that.
Obviously, it's in the context of making fun of him, making light of the
Oh,
situation.
what, waifu
right?
watchers? Yeah, no, waifu watchers for the same reason.
Right. So, I mean, like the people who are getting angry at this seem to be thinking like she's actually like celebrating him or praising him or something like that.
No.
Either that or they're just willfully misunderstanding the situation, right?
Oh, they're willfully misunderstanding the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh man.
But I mean, like, if
Holy
you
cow.
take away the power, if you say, okay, we can't make fun of this person anymore because this situation is too serious, you kind of give that person power over you.
Exactly.
right?
Exactly. Listen, make
Well,
fun of
also,
Epstein as much
he's
as you
dead.
want.
It doesn't really matter at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, listen, once somebody, like, there is a period, if somebody is a good person, where you give them respect. There's some people that won't, and that's them. But there's a bit of respect that you give to good people. To bad people, the moment they drop dead, I don't care. You can make as much fun of them as you want. Just saying.
Well, I think the argument people would make for it is the glorification of it. However, I think a lot of people forget that really only applies to things like spree shooters.
Yeah.
Spree shooters and serial killers.
Even spree
'Cause-
shooters. Who is that guy? Mumkey Jones. Remember how he got
gosh.
kicked out of YouTube because he was making a video which was basically like going over
Yes.
one of the school shooting. I can't remember which, but
It was
like
the big
Elliot
one.
Rodgers.
obviously like saying this dude is
Saint
totally
Elliot.
pathetic.
Mhm.
Yeah, the amazing gentleman guy. What was he called?
The Supreme Gentleman, Elliot
Supreme
Rodger.
Gentleman, Elliot Rodger. Yeah. Like if you actually see the video, he's fairly clearly like showing this guy to be just this like
He's
pathetic.
making
Absolute
fun of
horrible
him.
person.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you say that that's glorifying the shooter, like you're missing the point entirely.
Exactly. And it
I'm
Not-
surprised
yeah.
people are gonna get mad at the fact that she showed John money with the trans flag in the
Oh
background.
my gosh, I can't believe she did that. But she's
No!
Hexa,
Not
I
Peter
can't believe you. Oh my
Not
gosh, that's
Peter
awesome.
Scully! Hexa, no!
What does Mr. Beast do? It's a good question. What did Mr. Beast do?
The Supreme what? Elliot Rodger is known as the Supreme Gentleman.
Yeah.
My fucking.
I can't remember if it was like just like his the unironic incel followers called him that, or if he called himself that in his manifesto. I think if I recall right, he specifically
Scully
called
wins.
himself the Supreme Gentleman.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, she is amazing.
Look, I'm gonna have to introduce some of you guys to like really shitty Chan culture because it's unironically funny for me. And I know that's gonna
Okay.
get me canceled one of these days, but I unironically find a lot of these kind of things funny.
You've been canceled.
Send me some stuff.
Like we have to go through one day and talk about God, what's his name? The Danny Phantom killer.
Oh, I know of that
that
person.
dude.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I learned about that person through Christian because Christian was trying to be like nice and saying, "Hey, you're just fine. Don't worry, you'll be reincarnated one day or some shit like that."
Like, look, I
Ugh.
know he killed like 2 or 3 people, but it is impossible to like talk about him without laughing your head off.
yeah,
Like, if you can
Yeah.
just cut out the he killed people part of it, he is the most hilarious like lol cow to ever exist.
you know, there's
He unironically, I enjoy learning about him way more than I ever enjoyed learning about Chris Chan.
oh my
Because at a certain
gosh.
point, Chris Chan just kind of gets sad and pathetic.
Doesn't surprise
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
With him, he didn't have anyone pushing him, so he just constantly made himself worse and worse.
Really?
He talked in his like manifesto about how he painted himself white to look like a ghost and that he shoved bleach up his butt or something. It is
You're joking. You are
you can't
shitting
like
me.
talk about that and not laugh,
You're
even if they
shitting
are a
me.
spree killer. Like
Tell me you're lying.
no, he thought he was a ghost girl.
Oh my gosh.
He thought he was multiple ghost girls. He had the dude ran like 20 different Twitter accounts where he talked to himself.
Okay, so are you saying he had DID?
Nah, I mean,
No. What Mizu is saying is that we really gotta watch out for those role players, because the role players are the next serial killers. Just saying.
Honestly,
Glad I got out at a good time.
I also, like, I feel like talking about it works because I've taken up the Mr. Medicare belief in talking about spree killers. And that, yeah, you could, like, do the whole thing, like, give them edgy names and make them sound cool and mysterious, like the Night Stalker and all that shit.
Yeah.
Or we could talk about them and laugh about them and make them laughing stocks. And then who wants to be a spree killer when everyone's just gonna laugh at you and talk about how dumb you are?
Exactly. You're not going to be
Yeah.
remembered as somebody that did a travesty. You're going to be remembered as a clown.
How
And
do I have half as many followers as Mr. Creepypasta? I thought his channel was way bigger.
I know
Follow
he
Mr. Creepypasta.
he didn't do a lot of live streaming for a while.
Fair, fair.
I've been following him for a little over a decade at this point. I mean, we're friends, so
I used
like,
to like his videos. But
We're
I
friends
kind
on
of fell out of
Facebook. He's
listening creepypastas.
I was invited to his wedding.
Aw.
I was too poor to travel
Fly out.
all the way down there. But hey, him and his wife are awesome. They're great. I love them.
I remember there was some drama in the creepypasta community that we should probably
Oh.
talk about one day.
Are you talking about fucking what's his name?
I don't want to
Bruce
say a
McCosta.
name.
It
I
was
was gonna
Creepypasta.
say that one.
Yeah, the British
But I was
one.
about to say I don't want to like give a name because unironically so many of them have the same name or very similar names that I didn't want to say one of them and then that guy get hate one day when I was
Oh, no.
completely misinformed.
No, I knew Creeps back in the day when I did narrations.
I don't remember what he got
Yeah.
in trouble for.
Talking to minors.
Oh, okay, wow.
I think he was like the only ones of the narrators that I knew that actually got into some shit. The other ones just kind of faded out. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
I think Dead Josie is still around, but I don't think she does much anymore.
Never heard of her. I'm
I like her
sexist.
voice.
I only listen to men talk about things, honey.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're going through your misogyny arc right now.
I'm going through a lot of arcs right now.
You're going through the Mizuhana arc right now. Anyway.
Can I tell my joke I sent you earlier? Or is that too much even for the
Oh
stream?
my gosh. You know what?
Joke? I don't think
You
you
know
sent
what?
it to me.
It's a racist joke. If you want to tell it, I
So I have a OC called Usakami, which means fake wolf, because she looks a lot like a wolf, but she is actually a sugar glider, which is like a
Oh.
little, it's like a little squirrel thing, basically, a little flying squirrel.
Yeah.
Not gonna get written in this story, is she?
No.
No.
So she is black because I like dark-skinned women.
Yeah.
Fight me. But for whatever reason, like I wanted to like make a tweet joke because I constantly make Twitter jokes all the time. But then I realized I'd probably get my new Twitter banned. And I sent it to Oka. I just sent a picture of her, and I said, "A lot of people seem to think I'm racist, but that can't be true. I own a black pet."
I don't condone this joke. It's so bad.
Oh my fucking god.
I'm so
Mizu is not
bad.
beating the colonizer allegations.
You should wait. No, hold on. Whoever was at the Final Fantasy stream, no, Mizu is not beating the colonizer. Fucking allegations.
Look, I'm going to colonize that fucking step, guys. I did colonize the step. I won. Fuck those savages and their whatever the fuck they have going on there.
So this was a racist joke. I thought you said it was gonna be a range joke.
No,
Okay.
racist,
Okay.
not racist.
Mistake.
I like my racial humor.
Oh,
Don't
my
we all?
fuck.
I love my melanated individuals.
Don't we all?
Melanated. God said that I wasn't allowed to have any melanin, so he took it away. Now I'm just undercooked Mexican.
So
It's tragic.
to bring
You're a
back the
moist
next
back.
thing, this cancellation failed, and she got like 500 new followers on Twitch,
Did she?
and like
Good for her.
apparently I at least that's what I read like at the middle of the day. It might be even more now.
Wow.
And like a bunch of mentions on Twitter and everything. So I really hope whoever this person was that tried to cancel her, like she comes after me someday. Could really do good things for my career.
I know, right? Okay, this is I'm joking, chat, when I say this, but unironically, I would love to get canceled like that because I would love to grow my. Like, sometimes I look at this and I'm like, are you sure you didn't pay that person to make that tweet on you? Because it feels like it feels very like, you know what I mean?
Every time I've been canceled, I've gotten huge boost in followers.
It's crazy, isn't it?
You know what?
Oh,
Maybe I'll get canceled when I get my lolly model.
See, the thing is, I don't want a lolly model because I'm just not attracted to little models at all.
You don't have to be attracted to it. You just want to be cute and funny to be cute and funny.
I just don't. I don't know.
Just have one stream where all of us just have our lolly models and Mizu can have his Shota model.
I maybe Nico can like. She told me she can do chibified models. Maybe she can do that for me. I don't know. I don't. Shota. It wouldn't be Shota. It would be Lolly.
I mean, you could do a Shota if you
Lolly.
wanted.
If I did Lolly, I would have to like get a different.
I have a Shota Mizu.
I don't know.
You only get canceled with a lolly model if you make sussy tweets. Well, guess
do
what?
The lolly model with the Kevin finger in the whole animation.
I am a member of Kevin's Patreon, so I have the cute and funny buzzer before he got rid of it.
You're gonna be using
I'm gonna be using the fuck out of it.
Did he get rid of it?
Yeah.
He took it down? That's too bad.
He replaced it with a grenade.
People were harassing him over it. Do a stream with Cancer Man Jim.
Yeah,
I mean,
who mattered to us.
Bro, I would kill to do a stream with Jim.
I want to interview him.
I would love to be able to
Jim
do
was
a
my
stream with
internet
him.
daddy.
Yeah.
I would never admit that, but.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if we can
No
do a
E-daddies.
stream with him before the cancer rates get him, then hey.
I want to do a weather stream with Daddy Jim.
I'm pretty sure that he's very. Here's the thing: he was very confident he was going to die last year, and now he's pretty confident he's going to die this year. Part of me's wondering if like God is going to spite him and keep him alive just so that he keeps saying that and people keep thinking he's lying about dying.
Who exactly would you kill to do it, Samurai?
Oh damn!
Speaking of Samurai, segue.
What are we segueing to?
That is who I was talking about earlier.
Oh, okay.
Who?
So, guys, earlier I made a tweet that was person who actively pushed everyone away is subtweeting about their old friends drifting away from them and trying to pin it on their popularity waning. Had nothing to do with your numbers. You just sucked as a person and you still kind of do.
Damn.
You're gonna have to link me this person because I don't know who they are.
Yeah, QRD.
Let's see.
What about Flamenco? Flamenco needs to stop sparking whenever somebody says something stupid about him. But I would not be opposed to it.
He can't ignore criticism, yeah.
No, he can't. And that's the only problem I have, is like he does actually have smart takes. He just has to respond to everybody, and you don't.
So, it is on her account, Bo Sheep. For those of you who don't know, Bo Sheep and Samurai are the same person. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Bo Sheep and Samurai are the exact same person. She made the Bo Sheep account when she got called out on Samurai for saying like really fucked up things about kids getting raped.
What? What?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, Samurai was getting called out for saying that Lolicon was pedophilia. And somebody brought up to her that I was assaulted when I was a teenager, and Lolicon is like how I cope with the fact I got raped. And her reply to it was, well, I was raped as a child, and that's much worse, so you can kind of get over it.
Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck?
So it's like a competition. Whoever got assaulted younger wins?
Yes, she has deleted the tweet. I've called her out on it before, and she swears she never made it, but I specifically called her out on it because it was the most fucked up thing I'd ever seen somebody say. Well, not the most fucked up, but the most fucked up from like a popular streamer.
Yeah.
But on her little Bo Sheep account she tweeted today, when you blow up as a creator the moment you step onto the scene. First off, you blew up because you spent like $10,000 on an animation for your what do you call it? Your debut.
That's a pretty expensive ad.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but she just spent a ton of money on a kind of lewd sus ad for herself, which is why you blew up. It had nothing to do with your quality.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be your friend. If they haven't decided, they hate you. When your content slows down, how quickly they disappear. It's disheartening. Sometimes I don't really feel like I fit in anymore. Don't! You suck! You're an asshole. You use your children as shields all the time. No one likes you.
Damn.
Nobody comes to your streams for you. They came to your streams because you streamed with other people that are way more fun than you.
Wasn't this the person who fucking talked about their kid's attempt or some
Yes.
shit like that?
Wait,
They publicly
what?
talked about their kids trying to like kill themselves.
Yeah.
They did that? Oh, I really hate
Yeah.
Chat,
I know Red made a video about them.
Chat,
They've
can-
also mentioned like their kids have autism before, and they've tried to use it as like, I'm such a good mother, I take care of an autistic child, and it's very difficult.
Chat, can we just agree? Never ever talk about your, like, legitimately, if you are a parent on the internet, do not talk about your children. Keep them as far away from the internet as possible, because they shouldn't be here. Period.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if anybody here has kids, but I would just say all of them need to be kept away. Period.
It's just like, it's because she says this, and it's like, it has nothing to do with your popularity. It has to do with you just kind of suck.
Yeah.
You're not even like a good content creator. You're boring. You just you don't even like talk in half the streams you're in. The most content, the most attention she ever got for herself was the lolly thing. It was all negative, and she deleted the streams.
Wow.
And then after that, when she decided she wanted to come back as Simrai after doing Bo Sheep for a while, she made a chibi model and called it Chibi Rai. And I was like, I know chibi and lolly isn't the same thing, but you're getting kind of dangerous like on the side
She was
there.
that
Wow.
person. Okay. Imagine Wait, what does Vexora do?
I don't know who Vexora is.
I know her. She's like the snake model. She's like the opposite of you. She's a land mermaid. Vexoria, she's a land mermaid. She's a snake girl.
Oh, isn't she the one that did the not safe for work off guy panel with Marina and fucking?
She might have, I don't know. She might
I
have.
think-
I know that she had breast cancer recently and she's a survivor, so yay for that. The chibi
Did the chibi-doki backfire?
I know nothing of this. All I know is that she follows me for some reason.
Vexoria the Sun Eater.
Yes. right.
Yeah, she did the not safe for work off guy thing.
She talked about her kids. Oh.
Twitter.
Well, she doesn't, like, what's weird is she follows me, but she doesn't talk to me or interact with me.
76,000 followers?
Yeah, she's pretty big. Although she is lewd, she does lewd stuff. That's why she's big.
She's followed by Pippa, my waifu.
Gotta tell Pippa.
She's followed by you, Oka, you fucking traitor.
Yeah, I did. Well, I didn't know she did this. She followed me before I followed her, which is really weird. I was like, "Why
She's
are you
followed by
following
Iron
me?"
Mouse.
I mean, any large
People
VTubers
like
followed by
moves.
Iron Mouse, to be honest.
She's only following 4,000 people.
Oh
Yeah,
my-
that's what's weird. Is like, again, why follow me? Like, again, I know I'm a pretty interesting person. Like a lot of people like me, but why me from their perspective? And they followed me before
the
the Marina
autism.
shit.
What, are you followed by Iron Mouse?
No, I'm
Oh.
talking about Vex.
She's followed by Vex.
I
was
don't
about to say,
understand
If you're
it.
talking about Iron Mouse, I'd kind of like hold that one
No,
up
no,
in
no,
the
no,
air.
no, no, no. If Iron Mouse followed me, I probably wouldn't shit on Shoujo as much.
No, I'd still shit on Bishojo. I've said it before, I like Mousy. I just think everyone around her sucks ass.
Oh yeah, I think Mousy,
You know-
Mousy and Henya are the only ones that really pull their weight there. Everybody else is just kind of weird. And maybe Zen.
Okay, before the recent hires, you heard that so many times from so many people. Like, oh, Vishojo is disgusting. I hate them. They're there's weird streamers. Except for Iron Mouse. I like Iron Mouse. everybody has that opinion, and it's like, I wonder why. Like, I wonder if that's got back to Iron Mouse and how she feels about that. You know what I mean?
It's like I haven't heard, like, I haven't been given any, like, you know, evidence or whatever the fuck of some people saying that Mousy has her own drama and shit on why some people don't like her, but I don't know what it is.
I have not seen any. Like, as far as I know, she's the only one there that doesn't have bullshit going around with her.
It's like I heard there was something, but I was never given any specifics.
I was thinking of a really bad joke about her, but I'm not gonna say it.
My only issue with V shows right now is Fruit. Oh yeah, fuck Fruit.
Fruit is one of the worst. By the way, speaking of Fruit, I re-uploaded the interview that we did with Anne. It was on my channel. I uploaded it to the podcast channel because I feel like it's better suited here. So if you want to watch that, it's there.
Yeah, listen to us badmouth Fruit.
Yeah, it's fun.
Exactly. I was playing Warframe when I did it, but you can watch, listen to the podcast where we basically talked about Anne.
Yeah, we finally got Oka start paying attention during the podcast.
I always pay attention. Listen, you tell me that you play 14 during these, so...
I played 14 during it once.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm being a good fish right now.
Fair enough.
I mean, didn't Silvervale talk about what our friends and kind of in the same mention about Iron Mouse?
I have no idea.
Yeah, Iron Mouse doesn't really talk to her gen mates, I guess.
Yeah,
Well,
so this was something that came out with Silvervale, and I think a couple other people have said it, is that Iron Mouse is very, like, separated from everybody else in VShojo.
which kind of makes sense. Honestly, I don't know why she's still there if that's the case. Maybe it's just because she really doesn't want to go anywhere else. Maybe she's just comfortable there. Maybe she can't...
She's the poster child of VShojo. I think if she left, I think most of the audience would leave too.
I was gonna say, maybe she can't roll anywhere else, but that's
Oh
a
my
mean
fucking God.
joke.
They're not gen
I'm so
mates, to be
sorry.
honest. Well, you know what I mean, Hades? Fucking agency members, agency whatever.
Mouse is
Because Mouse is the face of the company.
Like, literally, they probably beg her to, and this is unsubstantiated, but they probably beg her to stay because she's like one of the best streamers in the world. Like, man, yeah, VShojo sucks, but guess what? They got one of the tops. They got the streamer of the year, so they must be doing something right. Maybe they pay her $1 bajillion to stay around. I don't know.
They probably pay her more than everyone else, to be honest.
I would not be surprised. In fact, I would be willing to bet money on that.
You know, she also has won some awards from that other award show, the one put on by Oshi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like the longest standing VTuber, which I thought was interesting because I don't think she can stand for very long.
Damn, that's so mean. Oh. Anyway.
Thank you. Be sure to tip your waitresses.
Damn. Mom barely pays attention off stream. Shut up, Tim.
Here, we'll throw this as like a random final subject out for the night if y'all are
Oh,
interested.
I was gonna talk about Twitch a little bit.
I mean,
yeah.
Huh?
this is Twitch related, I guess.
Well,
Asmongold and the translator thing.
well, we can do that. Yeah. Can I talk about Twitch really quickly after that too? Awesome.
The new for those of you who don't know, Twitch went back and re-clarified their rules, which everybody is freaking the fuck out of, but I genuinely don't think it's really that bad.
Yeah, I have it pulled up. Do you want me to share
Well, the
it?
big one everyone keeps talking about is the underboob thing. For those of you who don't know, underboob was already banned. It's been that way
Yeah.
for years. I don't know why people think it just now got banned.
And it's like, okay, a visual representation of what is not allowed on Twitch. Basically, this image on the right here. You can't have either of those circled areas. This is fine. This is not. You can't have under titty and you can't have your fucking, you know, damn near crotch showing either.
And it
That's
led to a
fine.
whole bunch of people that are like, well, why can't women just go topless all the time? They're the same as male nipples.
No, they're not. Okay, listen, people can call me transphobic. I don't care. Women nipples and male nipples are specifically created differently in the womb because the women's nipple is made for the baby, all right? The male's nipple is not. It's made for nothing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it's not. But, like, women nipples are different from male nipples, okay? That's why they can't be shown.
Well, okay, so it says something like female presenting breasts or something like that in the documentation, right?
Yes.
So I want to know if somebody has already tried, like, saying, "Oh, I identify as a male, so these are male-presenting breasts."
I'm
and
sure
them
that's
going
gonna
topless.
happen. I'm sure that's gonna happen. I would not be
I'm sure
surprised.
it's
Someone's gonna
happened
try
already.
it.
I just wonder, yeah.
I'm not
Oh, we gonna talk
transphobic.
about
I was
Puff
trans
Pop?
for a while, but I
Oh,
fucking hate
yeah.
that. Like, I can't just say, "Look, those are just titties, bro." We all know what female titties are.
Exactly.
Stop trying to
Exactly.
gaslight me into thinking I don't know what titties and vagina is.
Exactly. No,
No, underboob is not allowed, Hicks.
no, it
Under
is not.
boob, side boob. You can have cleavage. Cleavage is okay.
It's like middle boob,
No middle boob.
center
It-
boob.
You can have
It's
middle
like-
upper boob. You can't have middle lower or
What
middle
I
center
have is
boob.
okay. What I have is okay. I was concerned for a while, but I'm pretty sure what
If
I
I
have
was
is
a
okay.
woman, what I have would not be okay.
You
Yeah.
might want to tell them that you're a dude then. Or re-clarify to Twitch occasionally. Say, I'm a dude.
Oh, it's okay. I don't have titties. They know.
This is true. You're flat as a board. No, but like,
Honestly, I'm amazed they haven't banned me already.
it was really funny, like, seeing everybody like, oh, so you're saying that males can run shirtless? And it's like, well, yeah, women like to lust after men, but it's not the same. Like, legitimately, women cover up because, like, it's different. I'm sorry, it's just different. A man having his shirt off is way less impactful than a woman having their shirt off. You can fight me on that, but it's just the truth. Okay?
Well, also somebody brought it up, but most men don't get any form of sexual pleasure from having their titties groped. It's just not a thing. Whereas plenty of women get plenty of pleasure out of having their titties groped.
Exactly.
Yep.
In fact, I'm pretty sure some men really, like, are adverse to that and will wear shirts to not have people try and touch their pecs or whatever.
It's like, a lot of people forget that men can be shirtless out in public. Women get hit with a public indecency charge
Yeah.
in most of the world. It's like, I'm sorry that most VTubers are unfortunately from either California or Washington State. But not everything is like
Not everything is free the nipple.
California and Washington states.
No.
So
Most
like,
people.
Well, I mean, and I kind of brought it up, but I kind of feel like a bunch of free the nipple people are just like sexual degenerates. Because
Yep.
every single
Yeah.
one of them is, no, you don't understand. Male and female nipples are exactly the same. Now hurry up and take off your shirt.
yeah.
Every time.
Oh,
And it's
God.
like, so I'm the weirdo degenerate if I say I like boobies, but if you're just demanding every woman you meet burn her bra immediately and take her shirt off, that's completely normal and that's empowerment.
I remind.
Okay, this is funny. Tectone fucking replied to Buff Pup's post about the about the fucking TOS change.
You know.
Fucking tech
He was like, women push the bar. What about me? Sad face.
Nobody likes you, Tectone.
Oh, Tagtone. He is such a
the
troll,
rule
but nobody
change
likes him.
also, like, explicitly called out, like, the whole censor bar thing, right?
Yes, they
Yeah.
did.
And said that that's not. So we're kind of back to where we were
Yes.
at the beginning
However,
of December before all these rule changes happened.
however, twerking and suggestive dancing is still okay.
Okay.
Asmongold actually made a video on that, and a lot of what Asmongold says I think is bullshit. But I agree with what he said. He said that this is not going to fix anything because solving a symptom is not fixing the underlying problem. And the underlying problem is these women are trying to sell porn to people from other websites. And if you want to stop that, you need to ban the women trying to sell their porn from other websites. So this isn't going to fix anything because they can still twerk on camera and be able to win with it.
I'm also gonna do like the opinion I gave y'all the other day, and I know some people would be like, that's sexist. But it's true, and I demand anyone provide me evidence that I'm wrong. But the reason this is an issue is because the only one that ever seems to be pushing the bar on what can and can't be allowed, like taking clothes off wise, is always women. Like everybody always talks about, like, well, what about the dudes? When is the last time you've opened up a random dude stream and you've immediately gone, wow, they're really pushing the bar of what they're allowed to show?
It depends.
Literally
Okay,
never.
I will.
That's
I
true.
will say.
Open up any major female streamer, give it 5 seconds. She's gonna get up from her chair, which first off, the game is gonna be in a tiny corner, a tiny space in the corner. Give her 5 seconds. Somebody's gonna donate for her to get up from her chair. She's gonna stand up in her tiny short shorts, immediately bend over all the way to the floor, showing like her hooch into the camera, and then sit back down and be like, "Oh, that was good exercise, wasn't it, chat?"
I will say.
Every time.
I will
And, like,
say. Sorry.
It kills me. It's like, I'm sorry, but if you don't want people calling it out, maybe get your fellow ladies together and be like, hey girls, maybe we shouldn't be pushing the bar every chance we get at all times.
I agree.
Man, but how are they supposed to, show appreciation to their donors by, writing their name on a little whiteboard that's on the floor and gotta bend over to write it so you can see, if she bleached her asshole or not.
Yeah, that was my complaint with the buff pup thing, because she's like, I wish we were treated with the same standards. We're not the same.
No.
People hate hearing that. We're not the same.
No, we're
Mhm.
unique in our own different ways, and I like that. I like that I'm not the same as a female counterpart, because there are things, womanhood, having babies, that are different from men being men, and they're not interchangeable, and I am fine with that. I am
Here, I'm
okay with
gonna-
that.
I'm gonna give you something that women don't understand, right? So girls can wear tiny short shorts that are extremely form-fitting, and no one cares because there's kind of nothing down there. So it's just, it's smooth. If a guy does that and you have dick outline, you're immediately getting pulled over by the police.
Yeah.
Literally every time. Like, there are things women can do that men also can't do that relate to, like, sexuality and stuff.
That's gross.
So we need to stop pretending like women have like uniquely rules that are unique to them that men don't have. Everybody has rules unique to them because we have completely different equipment.
Yeah, if you want true equality, you have to actually ask for true equality. You can't just say, oh, I want my shirt off. If you want your shirt off, then men should be able to wear whatever they want. It has to go across the board. But it's not going to go across the board because that's not what they want. They just want to be special for them. And I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. But I do think that this whole change, it's nice that women aren't pretending that they're actually naked anymore. But this isn't going to change anything. And I bet you in 6 months, maybe less, there's going to be a new meta that people are going to take advantage of, and then Dan Clancy's going to show up in another VR chat dressed up as Gandalf saying that he's okay with it, and then a couple days later... Because funny fact, this wasn't written by him. This was not written by Dan Clancy, the CEO of Twitch. This was written by Angela I don't know who the hell this is, but this was not written by him. So, this is going to happen again. You know that.
It's like what I said about them wanting to implement being able to blur thumbnails. As soon as they implement that, they are going to revert so much shit.
Yeah.
That you can quote me on that.
I agree. I take
I just
that
love
bet.
so many people complaining, like, why can men be shirtless? How often do you see a shirtless male streamer?
I think I
Never?
Trust Speed is the only one that does that.
Yeah, like, it was the first thing I brought up, was the only time you've seen guys pushing the bar was when all these women started pushing the bar and they were making fun of them.
Yeah.
You literally started this.
That's a good point. You don't go into just chatting and see it like a whole bunch of topless men in banana hammocks or anything like that.
Never. I've never seen
Only
it.
women.
And here's the thing, if you did, they get banned. Because men get banned all the time for even being slightly suggestive.
Okay, yeah, that's something I wanted to bring up. Like, my take on this was that the rules are one problem, but really the big one is the enforcement. Because, like, if these rules are going to revert, but, like, women are still, flagrantly breaking them and only getting, like, 1-day bans, 2-day bans, 3-day bans. Meanwhile, their OnlyFans, subscribers climb up because of the attention they got for being banned. then we're just right back to the beginning, and nothing's going to change really. The enforcement needs to be what's like really changing here in order for anything to change.
Well, that's not going to change. And do you know why that's not going to change?
Because they think it's women empowerment. We
Because they
talked
think
about
it's
this
women
on the
empowerment, and
stream.
it's been admitted. It has been admitted. It has been said by people who know internals of Twitch. It's been said by people who say, I work directly with Twitch and I give them money, and they tell me this is why things will not change. So it's not going to change until Twitch decides that they no longer need to empower women by letting them take off their shirts. That's the only way it will change, and I don't think it will. They will take it to the grave.
So, as the final subject of the night, how do y'all feel about translators getting replaced by AI?
I'm okay with it.
Good.
It's funny. It's great. I'm all for it. Get replaced,
Fuck them.
Jamie Marchi. I fucking hate ya.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Asmongold actually brought this to the normies when he did a reaction video to translators getting mad they're getting replaced by AI, and he finally showed a bunch of normies the infamous Dragon Maid scene, where they have a ditzy girl who doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about say that she changed her clothes to suit patriarchal societal demands, as if that's something she would ever say or care about.
This is an anime, by the way, chat.
Yeah, so people in the thread I made about it have been like sharing some other fun translations. So that somebody sent this one, I wanted to read it because I just thought it was that bad. Is actually from an old game. I guess it was an old RPG. I don't know which one specifically it was, but I can tell by the graphics it was old. And the dialogue was just one girl says, "When will I meet this gentleman?" And the other person says, "He's already nearby. Please join forces with him and save the magical land." In English, this was translated to "Champion, how will I recognize her?" And the other character says, "This is the 80s hun. It's a him. He's white, except when he's Asian. Sometimes it's complicated. You must find the champion, help him at all costs. Our survival depends on it."
What?
What?
That's how they translated that.
See, I know that when you translate things, you're trying to, like, bridge the gap, because, like, not every word in English is the same in Japanese. But I feel like that's a bit of a reach.
Yeah.
Well, and then somebody showed, I don't know if it's Breath of the Wild or it's, what's the new one, Tears of the Kingdom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a character that in Japanese, he says, "Mon is a currency I invented that you can only use in my store." But in English, it was translated to "Mon is a currency I invented to destabilize the market and fight the establishment."
What the fuck? What
Vic
the
is
hell?
finally being avenged. Yes, he is.
Yeah, it's just...
Yeah, Vic has had this a long time coming.
I would have to look up the... I'm actually going to look it up real quick for the exact one. But I actually don't think Dragon Maid was the worst. It's pretty up there. I would put it second. The worst is an anime called Prison School. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Yes.
Heard of it?
In the Funimation dub of Prison School, one of the girls is yelling at one of the male characters, and she says, "Are you one of those Gamergate creep shows?"
Oh, right.
Ugh.
In an American anime, they have actually name-dropped Gamergate.
And Jim is not even mentioned in the next
Jesus.
sentence, which is upsetting.
Lupin the Third is the worst in my opinion. I still need to watch the Lupin series.
Which one?
I'm very, very sure that the Japanese people
3.
were referencing Gamergate when they made their anime.
No, not which Lupin. Which Lupin the
Oh.
Third? Like he's been around since like the 70s.
His name is Lupin the Third, so like the
Oh.
animes are...
Well, then I think all of them, just across the entire thing.
Lupin the Third had a really good movie I watched
Holy
recently. That was like all it was like sort of CGI or 3D modeling. It was really good.
I don't think I've seen that one. I really like the style of the original anime though. Of that is just like the vehicles. Old anime did vehicles so good, and like it's all CG nowadays. I'm going off topic. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That's
I
part
just
of
really,
that's
I really
my job
prefer
too.
the look of it.
Excuse me.
I think people that don't watch anime much don't realize how bad translations are. Because if you watch new anime, you can a lot of the times tell what's been added in
Oh,
by
yeah.
a localizer.
Oh, yeah.
The only reason I think people don't complain about it more is most of the people that care are watching it either subbed or just in straight Japanese. Also, thank you for the Prime sub, Cozy. Welcome
Murray's
to the stream.
autism trap card activated.
Well, there's more than one.
We'll consider this your
There's one.
self-diagnosis
It feels-
for tonight.
It feels bad that I have to welcome our robot overlords in this sort of situation because the people that are supposed to be doing their job here have dropped the ball so much that you hear about this happening and you're like, yeah, you know what? I bet that's all right. I bet, an AI could do translation and it be somewhat decent compared to, what we're getting from these people. And yeah, it is probably a move by the company to save money. To not have to hire these people to botch your product, but I mean, if it ends up with a better result in the end, I can't really blame anybody. And so, bring on our robot overlords, I guess.
I have some news for you. The
What's that?
translation that was talked about was actually really damn good. People are saying, there are people that speak Japanese and English. They're saying it is actually very faithful to the original, which is not good
What
news.
was?
The
the
machine translation.
Yeah, so what happened is it's part machine translation, and then they have a secondary person go over it and just make sure there's no blatant errors that if you look at it, you're just like, wow, that sounds fucking weird. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Right, and we gotta keep a leash on that person. But I mean, as long as they
I can testify that this is a unironically very easy way to translate stuff. Because I was on a completely legal game sharing website that completely legally shared Japanese games. So obviously, sometimes they had never been translated into English officially. So we would use a program for machine translation that we'd just run it once over the game. It would immediately translate everything for us. And then we would just pull open the script and we would read through it and kind of be like, oh, well, that sounds weird. That sounds weird. We'd just do little corrections here and there. And this was years ago when the translation was just running off Google. And for those who don't know, Google Translate sucks. DeepL is substantially better by a mile. If you've ever tried to commission somebody through Skeb, it will show you the translation in Japanese, and you can run it through DeepL twice to see what it turns into. And a lot of the time, it's really accurate. It's a really good translation program.
Oh yeah, it's really good. It's terrifying. Well, and that's what's really funny. A long time ago, they said robots are coming for our jobs. And which jobs did they say they were coming for first? The hardworking jobs, the jobs that I work, the jobs that we all work. And what jobs are they coming for now? The jobs that nobody wants to do, and the desk jobs. So if I were you people, I would not invest in a desk job anymore. I'd go out and become a plumber, or an electrician, or go lift something, because those are the jobs that are getting replaced last. Just saying.
You have to think about a job that's too expensive to have a robot do it.
Yeah.
Or something that is going to need a real person to babysit the robot. So even if we did have plumbing robots, we would have to have somebody to drive it to the site and to make sure everything goes over well, because the company obviously wants to make sure there's no liability there. So at least you would have the job of babysitting the plumbing robot.
And you would still probably need to go to college so that you could make corrections if the robot royally fucked up.
Yeah. I genuinely, I used to say that coding would be one of the last jobs replaced, but apparently AI coding is getting really good.
AI coding,
so.
I've listened to people talk about how AI coding, they can just tell it what it wants, and it does a decent job getting it started for them. So, just telling you, don't get a desk job. Go out and work with your hands. The hands job is really good. Go work with your hands. Sorry, I'm a little drunk right now.
Oh, shit.
More than a little bit. Anyway. Fuck yes. Screw the translators. I hope that we get AI that like can do anime dubs next and synthesize a bajillion neurosamas.
Occo 2024, the hand jobs are really good.
What? The hand jobs are real good.
Fuck yeah, man.
Goddamn.
Sorry.
Look, Chad, I ain't saying I know, but those sex dolls are pretty good.
Okay, no more cake for you.
You can't tell me
I'm
what
just
to
saying.
do. Okay.
I think. No, I'm not gonna touch that one. Never mind.
Now I'm curious.
I'll put it away.
Some people are running code and then running their code through AI to clean it up for them. Funimation go from decent translation and not being afraid to tell really offensive jokes to this. So the same people have been working at Funimation for years, and they just kind of had trolls remorse.
Yeah.
I think it's part of that. I think it also, during the Vic Mignogna time, I think they realized that if they were going to do this to Vic, they had to hard stop, show their true colors, because if they didn't, it would have been really fucked up for them. So they really screwed themselves up when they decided to go after him, because I think after that, everything got 10 times shittier, and it was all their fault.
Yeah.
And he's doing great right now, by the way. Vic is, on top of the world doing his own shit, and he is yeah, he lost the lawsuit, which sucks, and I'm so upset at the lawyers that he had represent him, but he's way better off without them.
I don't think he could have won.
He probably wouldn't have, but
well, not even like him.
He should have just said he was
I don't think
gay.
he could have ever won with that judge, because that judge was way too boomer to understand anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because that judge, unironically, one of his arguments for why Vic couldn't sue for defamation was because defamation requires monetary damages.